Morning, folks. How are we doing? And hello to the early club, of course. Harasel, Mamadi, Barack, Curious, Lisa, Haley, Deacon. How are we all doing, my dudes? How are we all doing? Feels like it's been a wee while since I've done one of these, so I think it was last Wednesday. Probably. I don't know actually anymore. It feels like a very long time ago. When was it? Did I do a Hump Day stream last week? That does feel like a long. I'm actually going back to check here. Well, yeah, I did a Hump Day. No, I did it last Tuesday. That's why it was a pre-Hump Day stream. Hello, Ryan Gameplay. How are you? How are you? Hello, Take Your Meds. What up? Not much. Not much is up. We talking about high school? Return of the King. Hello, Fireproof Flame. How are you? That's not really Return of the King. Like, I don't really feel like I've done very much. Hello, Jaggy. Hello, Fry. I've actually had a nice few days off the internet, really, because I kind of dropped my Boogie video for the recap, and then I just kind of took time off and just had some nice, fun time outside of the internet. I popped up occasionally on Twitter or something like that every once in a while. I'm going to defend Boogie. Okay, I didn't actually know Boogie did it. Is that in his Kanye West thing? Because I haven't actually watched it. I came on very much going like, Boogie said he was going to do lots of stuff for the people who give him money, and then he's only done one video in 7 days, but then an hour ago he just dropped another one, which is him out with his sugar baby. Potentially out with his sugar baby, who actually knows. Hello Doopy as well, and hello Frytas ZA. How are you? Okay, I haven't seen the Kanye one. My response will kills me. The fuck. I love that it's like it's like a my level of thumbnail. Hey chairmate, how are you? It's my level of thumbnail because with my guy the Xander Hall thing, it was just a well actually no I at least put a little symbol on it. I put a little bit of fan art that I received from Spooky on Twitter. Hello Cage as well, how are you? Working late tonight, so I won't have a chance to be as noxious and drunk and chat as usual. God damn it, Cage, you're letting side down here. I'm actually not. Well, I'm drinking here, like, but it's not like alcohol or anything like that. Because I am designated taxi man. So I have to go pick up someone a wee bit later on. So yeah. Hello Sierra as well. How are you? So how have your week been? Has everyone had a good start of December? Everyone in the Christmas spirit? If you celebrate Christmas, if you don't, are you in the holiday spirit or whatever it is Americans say nowadays? Did you ever react to the Boogie mukbang with the foot fetish girl on stream? I have not actually. I've seen the picture of the foot in the mouth, but that's about the long and short of it. I haven't actually seen a lot. So we're all chilling. Very good, Take Your Meds. Very, very good. So yeah, I came on. I was going to be all piss and vinegar and be like, oh, he's only done one video. Yeah, he dropped one an hour ago that I hadn't even noticed because I haven't really kept up. I was stuck on. I checked out his Twitter every once in a while just to see if anything was happening. Didn't really look at much was happening. I think he was away doing his booty call. He's away doing his booty call because he mentioned one of his previous streams that he was away doing a booty call. Boogie claimed the last time he sugar in 2019 is laughable. Oh, it is. It's great. Hello, Sarah, as well. Hello, Surfing. Curious, yes. So pretty much on one of his live streams last month, I don't think I mentioned it in my monthly recap, because the monthly recap, there's so much boring last month that I just kind of narrowed a lot of it down. Because like even so much of this month, I'm not sure I'm going to do one if he stays this boring. Because like we're a full week in and nothing has happened. I think this is probably going to be a car crash. But just seeing this immediately made me assume he is just going to compare this to himself. But even if he doesn't, then he does go down the hard line of like, hey guys, Kanye is mentally unstable, guys. It's kind of mean to insult him. All Boogie did for like a week straight was make fun of Kanye online. Like, so I think it's going to be a bit sad. Hello, Biggest. How are you, mate? So yeah, hello Average Hyena Enjoy, thank you very much for the super chat. The Aardwolf, unlike all other hyenas, fans of God, I can't read. I'm Irish, guys, so you're gonna have to give me some patience here, okay? The Aardwolf, unlike all other hyenas, feeds off specifically termites. It uses its long tongue, hence the Ard, like Aardvark, which also has a long tongue, to lick up to 200,000 termites a night. Oh my god! Average, that probably wasn't even worth the $10. I'm sorry, my reading skill is like it's 3rd grade level, apparently. It's late for me, guys. It's late for me and I've worked. So, give me a little bit of credit. Fuck, that's terrible. Oh, no. God, I'm so sorry, but thank you so much. Thanks so much for the super chat. It was worth it to me just to say Terminators. I'm on bad night, guys, right? I haven't done this in a week. I'm out of practice. Oh, it's so bad. I'm so bad. I'm sorry, guys. Hello, I have a mustache. I have a mustache Productions. That's a very good production company you have. It's my daughter's birthday this week, and I've been filling balloons with my. That's fantastic. You know what? I kind of hope that's true. I kind of hope that's true. I don't know. Film it. You could probably sell that somewhere. There's probably like a fan base on OnlyFans that would appreciate specifically that type of content. Streams are always the best podcast on the commute into work, lad. I'm glad to hear that. Fireproof, all you've heard so far is me struggling to speak and me struggling to read. You know? Oh, Christ. I don't know, because I was like, I really don't know what to talk about this week. But I wanted to do one because I hadn't been on in a wee while. So I said, you know, I want to be on, I want to chat. I'm not going to be on, you know, it's a meme. I always say, I'm not going to be on too long, guys. And then I'm on for 5 hours. I'm waiting for a text to go pick someone up. Like, so I definitely won't be on for 5 hours. Hopefully it's going to be like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, maybe. Hopefully. So we'll see there, guys. But I was like, something I don't really know what to talk about because like, Boogie hasn't done much interesting. There's been a few little things online I find kind of interesting, but I don't think it'll take too long to talk about. And then I was like, no, T, we can't make it 4 hours. Hopefully not. Yes, thank you, Fireproof and Flame and all the YouTube Premium people, which is just so bizarre. It is so bizarre. Because I think I said, when Boogie showed his finances and he showed like how little he made from YouTube Premium, I was like, how do you, like I make like 50%, like my ad revenue, like it's like whatever amount, and then my YouTube Premium is 50% of that, you know. So I'm like a third of my viewers must have YouTube Premium, which I'm very well. To be fair, I think you get paid more for YouTube Premium. I don't know, but I think so. Hello, Anthony, as well. How are you? Does Sugar Boost don't like waiting? Yeah, he said on the stream last month that he was going to go out for a booty call. If you see travel content from me, you know it's a booty call. Because like his travel content doesn't really go very good. I'm not sure, guys. Maybe it's me with a dirty mind. Like, but when I see this, I was like, is he deliberately trying to make this look like the inside of a vagina or something like that? Have I kept up with Foodie Beauty shenanigans? Not as closely as I had been, because the whole Q80 hijab arc is kind of boring. I tune into an odd stream every once in a while of someone else covering her because I can't be arsed just sitting down and watching one of her streams. I saw that she apparently moved to a new place where potentially Salah wasn't there, but people heard someone in the background. So I don't know if she's been shuffled off to his like harem house or something like that. That was my immediate thing. I was like, I bet it's like a harem house. He keeps all of his side hoes in like a separate house, and he has like the woman come to his little dingy little like fight. Yes, she broke her husband's couch. Well, husband in massive quotation marks. Come on, let's be fair there. Yeah, she broke the couch. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I think she's trying to play up like as a joke to try and distract people from the move. That's my immediate assumption. When someone comes out and like publicly humiliates himself like that, I assume it's because they're trying to, I don't know, distract from something else. It's kind of like Boogie when he's on with Frank Castle, where Boogie just suddenly goes like, yeah, it's just like that time I gave a guy a hand job, and everyone's like, sorry, what? Sir, what? What did you say? It's like, oh yeah, never mind that bit. Or like when he's on with Medicare and all for the BetterHelp thing, where he suddenly was like, you know, guys, yeah, I'm a furry who likes getting pegged, and everyone's like, sorry, what? And they all got distracted from the dumb stuff he was talking about and focused in on that, and it's a really good way for him to control the situation. When Foodie Beauty does something like that, where she like publicly humiliates herself, I assume it's because she's trying to distract them. So I think she's trying to distract, just like the nut salsa thing with the house move scam. I think it's all very deliberate by her. She wanted to trap her boyfriend's becoming pregnant to be a parent, something like that. I 100% imagine that. Didn't she say when she was with Nader, she was like, don't worry, I have a plan. When people talked about like Nader potentially leaving her for another woman, she was like all coy with the camera and like winked at the camera. It's like, I have a plan. Like, if she could still get pregnant, 100%, she would be the type of woman who would try and get a man pregnant, like to make her pregnant, to lock her around. Like, he's referring to older pictures of him in thumbnails pre-surgery, trying to desperately bait it. I think he's just trying to look gross. If I'm being really honest, I think a lot of these are he's trying to look gross. He's fully aware that nowadays he's like fat and kind of mid looking, you know. But I think he realizes people used to click on him for being disgusting and weird. That's where Francis came from. It's why I just find him embarrassing when he does the whole, like, I'm all about love. Why do people get upset about things? Why do people get angry about things? And then it's like, but your entire bit was to get angry. It's like, I started watching through all of his previous content for this year. His, like, YouTube. I was going to do an end of year thing because I've been watching Omegons. I can't remember how to say his name off the top of my I've been watching his end of year reviews for a bunch of people, and they're really good. And someone had already recommended me to do like a year in review if Boogie's still boring this month. So I started watching through his earlier content, and I was like, I watched this January, I watched this February, I've already watched through his March, I think. I think I'm in April now. I'm not 100% sure. But then I was like, oh, but don't worry, I started covering him in May. So I should be able to remember. I barely remember most of his early stuff because it's so boring. Because he was like kind of dull back when we were around about, I don't know, this period when I first started covering him. He was actually really, really dull. Like, none of his stuff was really that interesting around this period. So I was like, I don't remember. I barely remember that video. I don't remember him talking about that initially, but I have no idea. Weird again, what the hell does that mean? With him wanting it to be weird again, Boogie's made that claim a dozen times that he wants things to be weird, because he kind of got famous with stuff like, where is it here? The eating the quote unquote mayonnaise. It was like vanilla frosting or something like that. But he got famous being a weirdo online back when YouTube used to be like, Onision doing the I'm a Banana song and stuff like that. Weird quirkiness was really popular back in the old days of YouTube, and that's where he got a lot of his fan base from. Along with the rages, obviously rages were popular too. So he keeps saying, I want to get weird again, guys, because he thinks that's what his old fan base wants. He thinks that they all want him just to eat a mango in a weird way. Let's see if I can find it here. Mango. Worst video on YouTube about mangoes. It is just him eating a mango. Mango. This is it. Mango. This is his old school kind of like weird content he used to make. So yeah, this is the kind of stuff he's hinting he wants to go back at. He's been wanting to go back to it for ages, apparently. I just think he realizes that it doesn't really work. That he is slowly bleeding off the diehard fan base, and he's slowly just getting a fan base of people that are watch him crash and burn. Because if you watch, I don't know, like the Magic the Gathering thing, 37,000 views. It got more views than I thought it was going to do, because he's been doing really badly with Magic content recently. His game, 26,000, better than it was because he's got a boost in viewership and all, but it's still not very good. It's not a very good episode. He's getting like a 33% dislike ratio now. He doesn't seem to realize, because back when you looked at his old videos, the like to dislike ratio was never that bad. So I don't know. Let's just pick one. That's not likely to be like a super cringe one. So let's talk about him with Twitter. It wasn't that bad. People used to like his content more, and now he's got like a more diehard hater fan base. Hello, Arif, mate. How are you? Love that. Love to you, Arif. Love to you. Did he get super pissy with Shoe Nice to get more attention for eating weird stuff that he did? No, Cage. I actually remember, because I watched through that whole saga, and I looked at it on Twitter and all back when I was getting ready to do a potential documentary on him. Pretty much what had happened is he had won King of the Web, so he wasn't able to do King of the Web the following time. The winner can't do it again. So he had won it, and in the next slot were a bunch of people. I do not remember who any of them are, apart from Shoe Nice. There was like Shoe Nice, some guy, and some girl. They were like the main three. And Shoe Nice was apparently being really mean about this girl, because Shoe Nice is a dickhead, as we all know, and he called her a bitch or something like that. And Boogie got offended by that, and was trying to like do his passive-aggressive stuff on Twitter. And because Shoe Nice's account has been banned, I can't see what Shoe Nice said in return, but it was very clear that Boogie been doing this very passive-aggressive thing. Hello, Valley Yard, mate, how are you? And Boogie obviously got upset because Shoe Nice pretty much looked like he just told him to fuck off. So Boogie made that video of him eating the vanilla frosting, claiming it was mayonnaise. He made it a really clickbaity title, being like eating a tub of mayonnaise for charity, and it wasn't for charity. It was literally just him trying to twist the knife in his shoe knife and be like, look, I can eat weird stuff too. You're nothing special. I can get attention for doing this. I can get more views for doing this than you can, and I don't even have to insult a little girl to do it. Trying to be all really holier than thou, and then Shoe Nice ended up getting banned from the competition, and he tried to do this whole like, oh guys, I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but I guess it is. You know, the whole he's very pro deplatform if he doesn't like you kind of thing, but he tries to act like a moderate in regards to it. It was all that kind of stuff. When I was doing a documentary on Boogie, that was actually something I was going to talk about, because I thought it was really interesting, because it's one of the first times Boogie really came across looking pretty bad in my opinion. What country am I from? I am from Northern Ireland. I'm called That Darn Irishman, but I'm from Northern Ireland, because That Darn Northern Irishman would be far too long to explain. It is somewhere even more pathetic, yeah. Hello, Alcigate, mate, how are you? Initial wave of older Boogie fans turned on Boogie once he rejected DDP. Yeah, I think a lot of people were really impressed with him getting with DDP and had a lot of hopes for him. But yeah, I think a lot of people have been burning off just with the whole weight loss thing in general. But I think the one to be weird again, the ugly faces and all, is just because he knows that people don't really care about him as much anymore. He looks average. Well, obviously we below average, like, but I think he realized people used to click on because he was a freak show. South, Western, Eastern Irish are the best. That is a very good point. We are the worst. Favorite American food. What counts as American food? I really am genuinely like, what counts as like Burger King? Not to shit on your culture, but what counts as American food? Because you say what, you know, like favorite Irish food, I'd be like, oh, a full Irish, you know, like a fry or something like that. I like a full Irish, like potato bread, like soda bread, pizza and pasta. Yeah, that's like I just don't really like. What is it? Corn syrup? I love corn syrup. You guys, you got corn syrup on a lockdown. I fructose corn syrup. Mwah. Add it to everything now. Ever since I went to New York, I'm addicted. Anyway, when I went to New York, I immediately got food poisoning, so I barely ate any actual American food. It's one of the rare times. Everyone said, "Oh, you're gonna go to America and gain weight." I actually lost weight because I was dying. Ice cream pizza with some Reese's Pieces sticks sprinkled over the top. That's very American. Frozen TV dinners, Pop-Tarts. Amber and Reed recently showed me Pop-Tarts again. I remember they existed. So yeah, Pop-Tarts. I'm going to say Pop-Tarts are American. They're probably my favorite American food because you can just put anything in them. Deep fried Twinkie sounds like a Scottish thing, if I'm being honest with you. I think the Scottish are the ones I put in my head as deep frying everything. Hot Pockets, yeah. Lisa, Hot Pockets, that's what I'm going to go with. Yeah, I got totally lost there. One bit of random quote-unquote hater news I want to cover is exposing Boogie 2988. You guys might remember this guy. He's one of the hater channels. He set up his account again back in November 20th because his previous one got yeeted. A lot of community guidelines strikes against it. Finally got taken down. He had just crossed 1,000 subscribers. Suddenly his account got taken down. Apparently got absolutely mass flagged. Got taken down. Yeah, you remember him. He's a guy I've showed before. He does a lot of like, you know, picture of a certain Austrian painter with Boogie. You know, Boogie saying he thinks like 15-year-olds are attractive, stuff like that. All that kind of malarkey. He recently posted up because I follow him because I like to keep up with hater news. I don't really watch the videos because like I've probably seen all of these videos that they're clipped from, and anything that's like just like a 5-second clip from a video, I'm like, well, it's probably not a good. I hear my phone. I probably think it's not a good representation of someone, so I generally try and avoid like really short clips of people. But he recently posted up on the community post, and he has changed it since. But nope, it's back. Okay. Fatty has copy striked my videos. I think he's trying to take my channel down again. He hasn't shown any proof of this. You know? Any updates from FPS Butter Golem? No. Nothing from FPS Butter Golem. Like I said, if it was option 2 or 3 from what I listed previously, he won't come forward to his troll remorse. There's no way he'd come and talk to me again because he, you know, obviously troll remorse. If it is the other option and he is getting in bother with Boogie, he overshared personal information or anything like that, there's no way he'd come forward because it's just not worth it. Because like if Boogie has information on him, Boogie could potentially leak it for him. So I understand. No hard feelings with the guy. But yeah, it was a weird one. It was something I wanted to include. I felt a wee bit bad trying to be coy on my last live stream and kind of mentioning it to see what kind of response I got. And obviously, not long after my stream ended, he uploaded the video on it, so I assume he saw it. Hello if you're here, my dude. I understand if you can't chat or anything like that. Sorry for whatever happened to you. Hopefully, your real life is going well and whatever you decide to do in the future worked well for you, dude. But yeah. I felt kind of bad with that, but, you know, I don't know. I kind of, it's something I'd noticed, and I kind of wanted to try and get a wee bit of information on it, but I didn't want to just go and DM him directly, because I thought that'd be a wee bit low. So, yeah. But, yeah, exposing Boogie tonight says he's copyright struck my videos. Now, the one thing I'd say about Boogie is I don't think he's ever really copyright struck anyone. Hello, sweet like Cammy, how are you? And Lord Oaf as well. I don't think I said hello. Why do people who troll lol cards become just as bad as his Sons of Kojima and the Wheel Watchers? Yeah. That's why I don't consider myself as part of that community. I'm not part of like the Boogie anti-Boogie community or anything like that. I'm just some bro. I just hang out and I chat and I talk about things that are interesting to me. I was actually I was close to uploading a couple of movie reviews. Blake D, nothing. We're 20 minutes into my stream and I haven't done anything yet. That's standard of my streams. I was going to talk about a couple of movies on the channel, but one in particular I just got to a point. I was like, I don't really think there's anything to say because it's like, it's a good movie. I like it. It was fun. But I might talk about them quickly here. Because I do think there's a few fun things for him. But yeah, he claimed he's been copyright struck, and he hasn't posted like should he have posted like a screenshot of you have been copyright struck by Boogie 298 or whatever, you know. He hasn't done that. I'm assuming he means community guideline struck, because his channel has been community guideline struck before. I can't imagine why. I can't imagine why. Hello, First Rule Mate. Hello, Mark. Okay, that's who you are. I can't imagine why, but yeah, I can't imagine he's actually been copyright struck. I'm assuming it's a community guideline strike. Exposing Boogie tonight shows up in my chat occasionally, so if you are there, dude, I don't know, type to confirm if it's a community guideline strike or a copyright strike, because they're very different. Community guideline strikes, I would assume Boogie flags my channel fairly regularly. Like I've said before, one of my videos came out fully monetized, no problem. Like a day or two later, suddenly went demonetized. I didn't get any emails about it or anything like that, so I assume it had been flagged, but I appealed it and it got turned over. So I have no idea. But there's another guy who's exposed. It was like Boogie 298 hater. I mentioned him previously. I've shown him before on stream previously. I can't find him anymore. So I'm assuming he has been yeeted off as well, potentially for community guideline strikes, because he posts similar content to Exposing Boogie 298, where he just calls him like pedo 298 and stuff like that. So yeah. It's just one of those things where like I noticed this community post pop up that perked my interest. How do we look? Can't see any evidence for it, so take out with a grain of salt. I'm assuming he means community guideline strikes. Talking about like copyright and stuff like that, there is something kind of interesting to me. I don't know if it'll be interesting to you guys, but it's one I want to cover very, very briefly. So, Hasan, I'm assuming you guys know who Hasan is. Hasan, the Hun, you know, all that guy. Not a guy I'm a fan of at all. I don't like his content from what I've seen. Not seen a huge amount, to be honest, but not a fan of it. He posted up suddenly that he has been banned for 48 hours from Twitch. He's one of Twitch's biggest streamers due to a copyright infringement. Pretty much what apparently happened is he had been sitting there watching, I think it was Gavin McInnes interview with Ye. I'm assuming you all are aware of the Ye situation right now. Even Boogie's covered it. Everyone's kind of aware of the Ye situation at the moment. Hasan got a 48-hour ban for pretty much just sitting there watching it on live stream and apparently reacting to it. I don't know. I've seen people like responding to like Review Tech USA being like, well, Hasan takes over 2 hours to respond to a 30-minute thing because he is so responsive and he sits there. It's totally fair use. I don't know. The few times I've seen Hasan reacting to things, it's been like Hasan watches Internet Historian or something like that. You know, a popular like channel uploads a video, and a lot of Twitch users unfortunately do. They just sit there and they just watch someone else's like video. There's like JonTron uploads a new thing. They're like, oh, let's watch a JonTron video, and they all just sit there and just watch JonTron's video, and you're like, oh, okay. Why are we just watching it on YouTube? Shouldn't you just tell us it's funny and to go watch it on, on JonTron's channel and get him the views and the money and stuff? No, you want us to watch it with you to donate to. Okay, okay, whatever. I guess I think it's dumb. I don't like it. So like when Sunny V2's video came out, Cage, yeah, kinda, yeah, kinda. It's why when like the Sunny V2 video came out, like right before my stream, I said, everyone, go watch it. It's only 13 minutes long. Go watch it. I'll still be streaming when you finish watching it. I'm not, like, I have 75 people watching this. I ain't taking away from his 4 million views or anything like that. But I'm not going to be like, hey, this is going to be a fun video to watch. Let's just sit there and watch, Sunny V2 video. I'll tell people, go watch it yourselves and then come back. Because it's his work, it's his money and stuff like that. Like, and I do realize I do reactions. I react to stuff like Boogie's. I don't stream snipe him because I don't agree with that. But I'll watch Boogie's and I'll watch this 8-minute video and it'll be like a 2-hour response. But yeah, Ninja came out, and people are like saying base Ninja pretty much.
Hasan banned on Twitch supposedly for watching a Kanye West interview. He was reported for copyright infringement. Well, you're watching content that isn't yours ever. All day, every day. Gotta be careful, dude.
Yeah. Did Ninja have a stroke?
Gotta be careful.
Okay. He didn't.
You know what I'm saying, Jack? Gotta be careful, dude.
So, people came out. Some people shit all over Ninja for this. I think H3's Reddit shit all over it. I think Destiny's Reddit were pretty opposed to it because they're saying, oh, he got struck by Nazis pretty much because it was Gavin McInnes's company had done it. And the reason I wanted to talk about this briefly is because people really, really seem to struggle to understand what fair use is. Okay? So I just played Ninja's take on that thing, okay? That is his copyrighted material. I am doing commentary on Ninja's thing, which makes it transformative. No one is coming to my stream to watch Ninja's thing. They're coming to see my opinion on what Ninja's take is, stuff like that. So that falls under like fair use, okay? A lot of people seriously misunderstood this because they said, oh, well, and I don't like having to stand up for Hasan in any way because I don't particularly like the guy. I think he's a dumbass. I don't like his ideals. I do think he does genuinely steal people's content a lot of the time because a lot of time I've seen, he does not really give any real reaction to it. He is the type of guy who will be like, I'm going to go make a sandwich. And he puts a video on, he fucks off for 5 minutes. That's not fair use, okay? But people came out and saying, oh, well, yeah, he should have been struck because it's not fair use. Didn't Doug Walker complain about fair use? Yeah, where's the fair use? That was the big Doug Walker push. And for a good reason, we'll get to that in a second in the chair. People said, well, obviously it's not covered by fair use because it's paywalled content, okay? That's not even close to what it means. People said you can only react to things like this if it's free. If it's free online, you're allowed to react to it. That is not at all true, okay? Fair use, which is obviously an American law, but obviously I looked into it a wee bit because like a lot of people I would talk about are American, so I kind of need to know the law a wee bit. But fair use just covers everything, okay? The reason people go after paywalled content is because they don't like you taking something away from them that they are expecting money for, okay? I think they're confusing. Yeah, like fair use is public domain. I think a lot of people are thinking that. But I think I came back with something like, I don't know if it's even here. Was it this? I don't even know if it was on this. But I responded pretty much saying, it's weird to see people not understand how fair use works. Because people think it is solely because it's paywalled, okay? It's not because it's paywalled. If it's paywalled, he can still react to it. That's like if you're saying that, like, Doug Walker, where's the fair use, is breaching fair use by reviewing a movie, which is something you have to pay for. And people are like, nope, it's not the same thing. You can't sit there and react and just play the movie and react to it. It's like, well, you potentially can. That has never been tested in court from what I know. Most people just give up or back down from the companies because like YouTube's system isn't overly great at it. Because when I was doing like my more like set reviews of movies, like, a couple months ago, back when I talked about the Scarlet Witch, Multiverse Madness, whatever the fuck it's called, I got automated copyright claim by YouTube saying this content matches with what Disney has said is their product. And you can try and fight it and stuff like that, but like YouTube is very much like, nah. They told us you're playing too much of it, so we're not going to get involved. And then that's that go to court kind of thing. Okay? The system isn't correct. The system isn't the law, though. It's just them trying to do their best to keep their hands clean in situations so they don't get sued. The reason why people come after like Patreon exclusive content or OnlyFans exclusive content that you're reviewing is because they want people to pay for it. They don't want you to be able to just go and say, hey, look, that's an Irishman streaming. Oh, well, he's streaming, he's watching the new John Wick movie. We'll just go and watch it there with him. Even though he pauses and he commentates over it, we'll just skip through those bits and we'll just watch it. So they go after it harder. It doesn't mean it's still not covered by fair use. It's just it's never been tried in court. You know? Because, like, wasn't it Anita? Not Anita. It was, who was it? I can't remember the woman's name, but she's tried to sue Sargon of Akkad for fair use because he pretty much played, like, an entire of her video and just commented over it. And he actually won in court. Because, you know, it's fine that he showed the entire thing. It was, like, but he was actively commentating over it. So, I think a lot of people don't understand fair use, and I hate having to come out and defend Hasan for, like, the second time in, like, a month, because the other time I came out and was talking about the Lav Luna allegations. Yeah, that's it. Aquila, the fuck, I don't even know what I said the first time there. Yeah, I don't know, a lot of people just really don't seem to understand what fair use is, and it's just bizarre seeing people, like, go really hard on it. It's just, people are more willing to go after someone for streaming paywalled content than free content, because it's like, well, I want people to pay me for this, especially if he's, like, streaming it right after it happened or as it happens. It's like why, like, you know, the Creator Clash. Like, I could potentially do a review of the Creator Clash and show a lot of footage. And I you know, that'd be covered by fair use. But if I'm streaming it at the same time, commenting over it, people would probably be like, "No, we're unhappy." Which way everyone had an easy title. Okay. That's okay. Look, Cage. Look, I like socialism. I like socialism. I like communism. I like his chicken tendies. I like that he's afraid of fighting Sam Hyde, a fellow Irishman. Aquila obviously loses. Obviously, that's good. Okay, yeah, okay. But yeah, I just Hasan. He's so dreamy. He's so dreamy. Now to show something. What is it called? Like carrying things. I can't even remember what the fuck it's called. Let me sec, guys. I'm sorry. I'm searching up something because I saw this recently. I thought it was very funny. It was someone did fuck me sideways. I hate my computer so much. It was someone who did a parody of Hasan and his way of streaming, and I thought it was really, really fucking funny. Obviously, like, shout out to this guy, man carrying thing. I think his content's very fun. Why am I not 100% I was subscribed. Maybe it's my personal account I'm subscribed on. But yes, I really enjoy this. This is like a perfect representation of Hasan. And Hasan then reacted to one of these videos. And it took him way too long to realize that it was him being made fun of.
Okay, chat. Today we're watching President Kennedy's got a
Cheers, that interloper.
speech. F's in the chat for Nixon. Dude, there's no way Nixon was gonna win that race. President Kennedy, not my president. All right, let's watch. Someone in chat just said that Kennedy has an ugly mug. No, you are blocked, dude. Guys, I'm not saying Kennedy is the lib, but saying he's ugly, I mean, honestly, who wouldn't tap that? Don't be an idiot, dude. Don't make me do emotes only, guys. Can I get some things? I'm starving in here. Chat, no. The Cuban Missile Crisis was not poggers.
It wasn't poggers, bro. I really enjoyed that. Sorry, that was the first, because that reminded me of Hasan, and then, like, it was like half an hour later, because I saw that, and half an hour later I saw the Hasan got banned thing, and I was like, God damn it, I don't like having to defend this guy, because I don't particularly like him. The first time I ever heard of Hasan was the Hasan JXE thing, where JXE was upset that Hasan was literally just sitting there on stream watching his videos, you know? So that was the first time I ever heard of Hasan, because I wasn't really big into, like, political debating or anything like that. I'm a wee bit more into the debate brosphere now. But yeah, I hadn't really heard of anything like that. One thing I also wanted to talk about. We're on my soapbox here, guys, so fucking buckle up. You've ever been depressed, feeling... Even if you're in the depressed feeling, being beaten to a game over would be an awful way to go. Beaten to a game... I don't understand that, and I'm worried... Thank God I didn't fight Boogie. Oh, okay. I saw your previous message now. Okay, that makes more sense now. But yeah. A lot of people have been talking about this free personality, the 16 personalities thing. Because Amberlynn Reid did it in her most recent Vlogmas thing, and Boogie did it last month. I was going to include more of it in my live stream. In my monthly recap of Boogie, because he did the full thing. And I just was watching it, and I was just like, is this even funny? Because, like, especially when you have, like, narcissists and stuff like that, like, even with normal people don't answer personality tests accurately, you know? They answer based on what they want to be and how they perceive themselves. And with narcissists, that's especially bad, because narcissists think they're amazing, you know? So when Boogie did this, like, obviously, hilariously, he didn't understand the question, so it would say something like, you regularly make new friends, strongly disagree, strongly agree, strongly disagree, and he's like, yeah, well, not really. I don't really make very many friends. I don't really make many friends. I've had the same friends for a while, but back then I made lots of friends. So yeah, I strongly agree. And it's just like that's the opposite. That's the opposite answer of what the question is. It's like, do you regularly make new friends? He's like, I haven't made any friends in years, but I have lots of friends. So strongly agree that I make lots of friends. Do regularly. So he always misunderstood it, and obviously he came out with his idealized version of himself, where he's like a lovely, amazing, soft, kind, gentle person. He's just so nice all the time to everyone, and he's an entertainer, and everyone loves him. And Amberlynn did it as well, and came out being like, oh my god, guys, I'm an empath who's just so kind to people, and generous to people, and so loving to people. And it's like, that's the opposite of, like, Amberlynn. They all do this. Everyone fucking does this. So that's why I don't, because I was going to go, I want to actually do a personality test online, and I was like, oh, God, I wouldn't even trust myself answering these questions as someone who's aware that people lie, you know, whilst doing these, try and get the idealized version of themselves. And then because they do the idealized version of themselves, they're always like, oh my God, this is so me. Hashtag so me, hashtag so relatable. And I was like, no, it's not. It's like, you answer the questions to fit a certain personality type that you want to have, and then you're like, oh my God, it must be me because I have this. So I here, guys, I'm proven correct, because it ended up the result that I purposely engineered it to end up as. He makes friends all the time. That's, how did I forget that, Kate? He makes friends all the time, especially hot young 19-year-olds who are playing Magic. You know all those hot Magic the Gathering girls that you see routinely. You know, as anyone who goes to gaming stores all the time, you know, as you see all those 9 out of 10 people there constantly. He's created some out of whole cloth, and they always agree with him. That's the thing. Well, to be fair, I think he makes enemies more often, because he does like to make straw men of people randomly. It's like he recently started going off about sugar babies and all. Hey, Doug, mate, how are you? He started going off about sugar babies, about people like assuming he didn't have a real girlfriend and couldn't get real girls because he must have sugar babies, and go, I haven't sugar babied in 2019, which I think I more or less proved to be false with my video there, where I showed he was on like that weird like prostitution website in like late 2021, early 2022. So it's all nonsense, but it's so weird, because he's like, all these people have been saying it to me, and it's like, if you look at the comments and all, it's like people aren't saying that to you, Boogie. Where is this? Anytime someone says something negative about you and you want to shit on them, you screenshot their message if it's on YouTube, or you quote tweet them if it's on Twitter. Like, you haven't done that, which means to me that you're just trying to cause drama, because like you realize that you're being boring at the start of this month, so everyone had forgotten about you already, so you're trying to be boring. Or, I don't know, maybe you'd just seen my video where I pointed out about the sugar baby thing, so you immediately had to address me online, but you can't say you're addressing me because you don't like talking about me. I don't know, one of them. Hello, April, how are you? So, yes, that's my little soapbox rant about that over with. I think we're done with that. We're probably done with that. Probably done with this guy as well. I'll keep an eye on it, see if there's anything actually comes out about the copyright striking, because I think that's one thing Boogie claims he has never done against anyone is copyright strike. So I'm assuming this guy's just confusing. He's just talking about community guideline strikes. Boogie's very petty, which is embarrassing, because he's 40 something years old. Yeah, he's like 48 now. It is embarrassing how he does act like a child, but Boogie's already claimed that he acts like a child because he's like got a repressed childhood from being abused. I'd seen somewhere, I had a look for it on Twitter, and he must have deleted it, that he had made a video like talking about how much he loved his mom and how his mom was like the greatest person ever, making sure to slip in. It's like, well, you know, while she did really awfully abuse me constantly, she was really nice to other people, and I think that's a good thing. Everyone came out saying, it's like, oh, well, Boogie's trying to act like he's the victim here. Hello, MM, how are you, man? He's trying to show that he's such a nice guy because he's forgiven his abuser. I kind of took it a different way. I kind of took it as Boogie saying that he's doing the same thing he did with Nick Ocado, when Nick Ocado made that shout out to his dentist child or something like that, and I was like, oh, it's so nice, because Nick Ocado was being a nice guy, and he's kind of out of character for it and being nice to this dentist kid by doing a Snapchat for him. And Boogie like quote tweeted it or something like that. I was like, see, this shows that even big fat people who are awful and mean online can sometimes actually be lovely people behind the character they portray. And it was so clear Boogie was just talking about himself. I actually think this is what Boogie was doing with his mom, being like, oh, my mom was so mean and evil, and people think she's bad, but she did more good in the world than bad, and that's a good thing. 100%, I think he's just trying to draw that connection to himself and talk about how he's actually a lovely person, and whilst he might have messed up, he's done amazing things for people. All right, Mama D, bye. Dude, I think it really loves his mom deep down, even with the abuse. It depends on the level of abuse you actually think there was. The problem is he's changed the story so often. I don't know how much I believe him with the levels of abuse. It could be all over the place. Because I've heard people tell stories about their abuse, and like I know factually it is incorrect from like in real life. But yeah, I can imagine he really likes his mom. I'm not going to go with Oedipus complex or anything like that. But I'd say his unhealthy relationship with his mom is probably what led to his unhealthy relationship with women in general. And why he sees them as like a commodity to like be paid for love and attention. So I think he probably does love his mom. I don't think it's as saintly and nice as he tries to make it out to be. Fry Guy, no, I don't think that's wrong. The problem with Boogie, and so what I said during the cancer thing, is the problem is Boogie needs to self-reflect that he is at the point where he has created an audience that do not believe him with so much. Like, I just imagine coming out and saying, I have cancer, and like people being like, do you though? Do you really though? Which happens to everyone, even Mr. Mediker. People didn't believe that he had cancer when he came out and said it. Like Mersh did the whole thing about how he was faking cancer for money and stuff like that, which was silly because Mr. Mediker makes plenty of money. He didn't need to fake it to get a little bit of extra money. But like, people will always disbelieve you on the internet. That's just what the internet does. The internet is very skeptical. The internet sees like a Walmart headquarters getting catching fire, and they think it's the government and Bill Gates trying to destroy food supplies. People are very skeptical and will just believe anything, if it fits in with their narrative. But Boogie has such a high percentage of people who don't believe him that you kind of have to start to worry, Do you think Boogie lied about his childhood? About certain elements of it, certainly. I need to go back through a lot of his content to see how it lines up. Like, everyone knows I'm pretty new to the Boogie verse. So I don't really know. I haven't compared and contrasted enough. But even from like clips I've seen, like that video, like I posted up just clips of Boogie being inconsistent with his abuse story. Like, yeah, I do think it's a bit too inconsistent for me to actually believe everything he says. I think a lot of it is just all over the place. So yes, what should we talk about next? I'm trying to decide what we should talk about next. Boogie just cried wolf too many times? Yeah, 100%. He's a boy who cried wolf. Changes his story. He changes it depending who he's talking to for how much sympathy he can get. So I do think it is a bit all over the place. I thought about doing a Boogie throwback show for the year guard. I actually have. I've started watching Boogie's content from the start of the year to do like a this year in Boogie, or like Omegon did like the year in review for like Foodie Beauty and all. Give us an update on Foodie Beauty. She's lying a lot. We still don't know when she's going to go home. Apparently she's planning a trip to Thailand now with her potential husband. It's really not a huge amount. She's moved, which is weird because apparently she was getting ready to leave, but she claims to move. People have a lot of speculation about it. I don't know. It's kind of all over the place. Honestly, it's been very boring. If you hear an review, it's going to be almost 5 hours. How dare you, Husky Leaf Gaming 2. I intend to do like one thing from every month. That's what I wanted to limit myself. I wanted to do one thing every month, like my favorite thing of every month. Like the start of the year, he tried to launch his On the Fence series, so some of that's kind of funny, kind of interesting, and shows that he was trying to come back even before his thing, because why would you be launching a new series if you're on your break still? So I thought that was kind of interesting. Can't remember what I put down for February. March was his court date, so I was going to do a bit of a dive into his court thing and the Frank Allison situation. Hope you wear a hazmat suit, potato man. Oh, don't worry, I'm well suited up. I'm well stocked up. I have whiskey and depression, so I'm fine. Do I follow Ethan Ralph? Not really. I follow bits and pieces of it when he does like one thing funny. One thing per month, 24-hour stream. Yeah, that's the thing, guys. That's the thing. We're going to do a 24-hour Happy New Year stream where I just do one thing a month for Boogie. Woods of Warcraft. I have watched the Woods of Warcraft. I don't really think it's that interesting. How's Pete's? I actually was going to watch a video. It's like Just Saying did a little summary of Pete's. I haven't been watching a lot of his stuff recently, so I saw she'd done a summary that tells us about his dating profile, the perfect job, and some TMI. So I thought maybe we could watch this together, and that could be fun. Obviously, full shout out to Just Saying. Does amazing work clipping down like Foodie Beauty and Pete's content. She started doing Pete's a lot recently, probably because she's bored about the whole Q80 arc as well. So I was going to say we will watch a wee bit of that, and then to end off the stream, I'm probably going to talk about a few movies because that's when everyone will probably be jumping ship anyway when I start talking about movies. So I thought we'll do some of this stuff first. So yeah, I'll just jump into this.
Go live every day. I may end up doing that for this month here.
Ooh, oh, hello, Mom. Okay, you're listening. Cool.
She's in her house. Can Sam fit in with her? No, I don't know.
That's the thing. I suddenly realized because I saw Oh My God is like uploading videos like every day, and that's why Amberlynn Reid does her Vlogmas and stuff like that. I suddenly like, oh yeah, the hairline is yeah, it's bad. It's gone at the point where if he is going to transition, he probably should just shave and start doing a wig like Chantel did. Cage, you know what? I don't even accept it. There's too many lol cows from Canada. You've got Yaniv, you got Pete's, you got Foodie Beauty. You probably got other ones that I am unaware of. You have Wolverine. I know he's got upset that people call the Wolverine American once, and he went really fucking hip shit about it. But what was I saying? What's that on with others? Is something from a balding man that can happen to the best of us? Probably could, tumor. How's my hairline? My hairline is fantastic. I have very thick hair. So one thing is I probably won't go bald anytime soon. Like I've already started graying a wee bit though. I've got wee grey bits. So yeah, I'll probably go grey early enough. Like, but no, I've got a good thick head of hair.
Oh, Sam fits in.
Is it red? No, my hair is not red. I am not that stereotypically Irish.
At all, honestly. He's never really tried. Hey, Nancy. Sam's never really tried to get into that house. Hey, Barney. What had for dinner? Just chicken fingers.
People have been really Boogie make you go great. That's a thing. I've stared into the abyss too long. That time I thought I saw Boogie's dick. I'm pretty sure I saw Boogie's dick. Overnight I went salt and pepper. It was awful. So wear a fedora if you have hairline problems. But Pete would look fabulous in a fedora. He would look fabulous in a fedora. I'm bald, you just got to embrace it. That's the thing. There's nothing wrong with being bald or anything like that, Jaggy. When you get your hairline that bad, I think it is probably better to go the Jason Statham way. Because 100% I'm sure that's why Jason Statham shaved his head, because he started getting a bad hairline. And it's cool. Like, look, in my opinion, like a bald or shaven head is better than like a really far back hairline.
Just threw some chicken fingers in the oven.
Oh boy, Pizza's learned to cook.
I think I could eat in 20 minutes.
Pete's learned to cook recently, so a lot of people are proud of him because, like, without Chantel being his mom and, like, constantly buying food in, he's actually having to learn how to cook because he's, like, slowly trying to get out from under her thumb, which I think is going to be a good thing for him in general. But he is kind of leaning too much into, like, YouTube being his full career. Well, that's what I said. Because he's talking about, like, doing something every single day because YouTube, like, December, apparently it's the best time for ad revenue. I was like, oh, yeah. I was like, there's nothing I really want to talk about right now. It's like when I was going to do the movie review, I was like, I could do this because, you know, the ad revenue's good right now. And I was like, I don't really have a lot to say about that movie. Nah, never mind. I just was like, fuck it, who cares? I don't really care. Like, I'm happy enough with the ad revenue I get right now, so I'm like, whatever.
I will go with maybe a third of a pound. Maybe half a pound. Like, maybe half a pound.
Is this how much he thinks she's lost?
We must increase our bust.
Is Pete on disability? No. No, because he quit his last job. I don't think he's on disability. He is living off an allowance given to him by Chantel and also his ad revenue on YouTube, which I don't think is going to be great. I'm just going to quickly check here. I don't think it's going to be great. Because he gets like the same amount of views I get. I think he gets. Does YouTube pay pays monthly? Pays monthly, generally about the 20th or so. He gets about the same number of views I get. I think he certainly gets more in super chats and stuff like that. Because like all of like Chantel's cash cows have gone over to him. Especially like her Holy Trinity has become like his now, so all of her like big tippers and all have like left her because they're so bored of her shit that they've all gone into Pizza's chat. So Pizza's like starting to get more views nowadays and more people interested. Like Just Saying is only recently started clipping down his streams. Can I look at your stats? Yeah, okay. If you want me to, Fry Guy. Okay. Here's your stats. Here's your stats, I guess. Have you been deleting videos? You deleted videos. You deleted videos. Disgusting. Yes, it usually pays you once you hit a $100 threshold per month. If you don't hit it at the month, it carries across to the next month, and then you get paid around like the 20th or something like that. I don't know if let's see what mine is, because I don't. What the fuck is my name? There you go. Honestly, I started. I don't know what the fuck I started to type in. So this is me. So I get about the same amount of views as Pete does. If it's negative, do you owe YouTube money? Unfortunately, yes. But yeah, social blade's fine. Like, I don't think it's super accurate. Like, because it does like I didn't get no views that month. It just for some reason piled 2 of my days into one. You know, because usually I get about that kind of amount per month per day. B minus. I think Boogie is only a B himself. I think Boogie's only a B. I'm closing in on you, Boogie. I'm gonna take you. Yeah. Boogie's only a B. I actually was a B for a little while. I don't know how the fuck they measure this, but I was a B for a while until, you know, for a while I deleted live streams like a week after I did them. When I started doing that, when you start deleting views, they really mark you down on Social Blade because they see you as doing a negative growth. So yeah, so I was a B for a little while until I deleted some live streams a little while ago. Is it? Which is too far back now, if you even say. I don't like what does it say my monthly is? My monthly estimated monthly earnings. No. That's not that's not what I get. I can unprivate them. That's the thing. If you unprivate them, I don't know if you unprivate them, does it suddenly add as new views? Am I going to make it a Discord server? I am not. No, I am antisocial. Yeah, I don't get it, because it really depends, because I think this is based solely off potential ad revenue. Obviously, it doesn't include super chats or anything like that, and it probably doesn't include YouTube Premium. I thought you were going to save your live streams, put them in a folder on your channel. I do have them. Oh no, I still have them, because when you unlist them, that's when it takes the views off you. So even if they're unlisted on your account and people can still access them, they aren't counted towards this, because this only can record public information. So yeah, once you unlist them, that's them yeeted. The view count's just taken off your total, and that's why it shows as like a shrinking view count. Hello Anthony, how are you, my dude? You should do a video where you show us your monthly expenses like Boogie did. I don't want to tell you how much I spend on whiskey and dog food. That's the saddest thing.
You ever cut a beef or steak? I don't know.
It'll go back up later? Potentially. I think I only got the B because of that 1 month, because it was like end of October where I got the B, and that was when I suddenly like shot up in view count and subscribers, because of like the whole Boogie meltdown thing that launched a bunch of anti-Boogie channels. So it probably was like, holy, this guy's rocketing up, and it's like, nah. Like obviously it tails off after a little while. It was just a sudden big explosion. So I think that's why they thought it's a B, because they thought I'd probably get like super increase in views and stuff like that. And it's like, no, it's just gonna taper off. Really need some mental health update vids, Potato. I should do that. This is a good time for ad revenue, so I'm gonna do something for VTuber OnlyFans 500. Cage, do you think I'm poor? Do you think that's all I can afford? Do you think it's all I can afford for VTuber OnlyFans? Cage, get on my level. Get on my level.
Whatever's on sale.
Oh my god, he pauses so often.
No, Elizabeth, I would not be able to do one of those 72 ounce. I would not be able to do a 72 ounce steak.
I think she's already sped him up a wee bit, so we'll go to 1.25. Come on.
I'm gonna go catch it.
Get your dating profile. Get your dating profile.
Do you have Prince Albert in a can?
Was it you, the chair, who randomly fucking DM'd me and was just like, why am I being recommended VTubers now? I don't want anyone to blame me if you've been randomly recommended VTubers, because most of the VTubers I watch are on Twitch. So that is not my fault if you're suddenly being recommended VTubers. It just thinks you're a man of culture and just wants you to look at VTubers, alright? Most of my VTubers are on Twitch. So you can't blame me for anything that pops up in your YouTube feed unless it's Amiya Aranya. Hello, Oki. How are you, dude?
What about
I think Pete's did a full video on his dating
I never played
profile.
anything on Atari. I never had an Atari. My first console was the original Nintendo.
Even I have an Atari, because I went through the little phase where I was buying old consoles because I thought they're neat. I bought an Atari 2600, and I played it once, but then I got rid of the TV, and then I suddenly realized that was the only TV I had, because it was like an old TV, that had like the fittings that you could connect to watch an Atari. So now I'm just like, oh, I don't even know what to do with this anymore. Oh, yes, he did. Boogie. Pete's did a video about what I look for in a woman. We'll watch that afterwards. That sounds fun. What is your appeal to VTubers? Is it the art they use or their character that is entertaining? A little bit of both. Because it's not like an Amaranth situation where it's like you watch it because you're like, oh, big titties. I'm sure some people watch it for that reason. But it's with like people like Botan. Like, I always find it funny because like Wings is complaining that no one is good at the new Call of Duty because you can't be good, and the only people who look good at it are getting their friends to boost them. But like Botan, who's in Hololive, she's like super good at shooters. She's incredible at shooters. She makes Wings of Redemption look like a fucking noob. And it's like, I don't know, it's just like some of them, the character they portray, because they actually stick to a character and they're funny and they keep going well. Some people, it's because you can't see what they actually look like, so a lot of it is based on their charisma and their gameplay skills. It's like Aqua in Hololive as well is like one of the top Apex Legends streamers. Like her, Suisse, and Toa took part in an Apex Legends tournament, and I think they did very well in it. Because they're all, like, all three of them are very good at Apex, and it was just fun to watch because it's a gameplay. Well, it's like if you watch Pokemon, I guess she's kind of hot, and she watches Avatar occasionally. Oh, Amaranth, I guess she's kind of hot, and she's in a hot tub. Okay, yeah. For the Hololive Indonesia girls, I don't really watch too many of the Indonesia girls. I watch Ollie occasionally. But I don't really watch too many of the other Indonesian girls. You have an Atari 5200, the biggest money I ever spent. I see my Atari 2600 I got in a box with games, but this is before, I don't know, probably before the price hike, because I think they're pretty expensive now, but I got it for like 120 quid. Which I'm pretty good. Big fan of Finster. I'm not gonna lie. When I saw PKA, they had a thumbnail of Finster. I was like, oh, she's kind of hot, and then I clicked on it. I was like, okay. So I'm not gonna hide that in any way. Finster totally trapped me there. I fell for it. So yeah, looks good.
That was my first video game console with the combo of
Kyle from PK. It's a good looking guy too.
Of Super Mario Brothers and fucking Duck Hunt. Everybody who played Duck Hunt
get to talking about your tits.
Back by Christmas, then yeah, I'll get her a present. If she's not back before Christmas, the hell am I supposed to get her?
Yeah, he's being coy now. Because he was acting like she's going to be back soon. He's being coy now, being like, well, if she's back before Christmas. He was acting coy recently, where he's like meant to be like warming up her car or something like that for her. Kyle wanted to slap those cheeks big time. 100%. He was all over Finster.
Rebecca, I mean, yes, the ideal job for me does not, like, the job that would be ideal for me does not exist.
What is your ideal job?
Like, the job that would be absolutely perfect, that like I would most want to do, does not exist.
What is it?
Because like my ideal job would be like overnight shift at a library. For the record.
Overnight shift. I knew he wanted to be a library technician because he went to like college or university for a like library technician job. But it's, I don't want to sound mean, okay? Because I've actually got back into, during my time off YouTube, I actually started reading books again. 1 second here, guys. One of my things on the stretcher floor. Jesus. Yes. I'm a big fan of Warhammer. So I've actually been back to reading because I have a big collection of Warhammer books. Hey, Franco, mate. So I started reading my Warhammer books again just because I've been a big fan of them. I haven't really read too much. Once I got COVID really bad earlier in the year, my brain kind of fogged. So I couldn't think as well as I used to be able to. But it's kind of getting better again recently. So I have been reading through a lot of Warhammer books on my days off. I usually go through about a book a day. And so, like, that's not high art. It's comic books. It's not comic books. Warhammer books are like actual novels. The Halo books, I read the earlier Halo books, like the Fall of Reach, whatever this one was that was based on Halo, where it was about the ODSTs and all, which was cool. And what was the one after? First Strike or something like that? I read those three, and they were pretty good, and I tried reading one of Karen Travis's ones, and I just didn't really get into it. I think it was probably the Ghost of Onyx. I think she wrote the Ghost of Onyx, and I just couldn't get into it. I do not play any MMORPGs. They're not really my bag. I'm weird. One, I'm antisocial. Two, I don't like games where it's just like, I feel like I'm going to be grinding for 3 years before I can do something. Would I say that Warhammer is more popular in the UK? Per capita, probably. You know? Per capita, I'd say Warhammer is more popular in the UK because it is a UK property. But US is more people, so it's probably more popular over there, if you get what I mean. But per capita, it's definitely more popular in the UK. Sorry, I had to mute there because I died. So being rec reading. So, like, I realize that's not high art. It's not high art what I'm reading. I'm reading fucking a giant man in 300 tons of armor shooting ridiculously big guns at space bugs. You know? Shooting ridiculously big guns at space bugs. But Pete's reads like... Let's get Pete's shut up here quickly for his, like, book reviews. Pete's reads like fucking... lesbian fan fictions and like a million, like, I don't want to be mean, just say SJW stuff. Thomas B, read Imperial Glory, the 40k book. Imperial Glory, I'm just going to see if I actually have already read that one, because all the names start to blur together. Warhammer 40k. All the names start to blur together for me. I actually don't think I have read that one. Oh, it's part of the Imperial Guard series. No, I actually haven't read that one. I read the one before it. I read Dead Man Walking, but I haven't read that one. Okay, cool, 100%, mate. I've saw it to my list. I need to check. I have a box just full of work, because I buy Warhammer books when they come out, because Warhammer generally short print stuff. If any people probably don't care, but I'm going to tell you anyway. Warhammer short prints a lot of their stuff. Okay, so they will release a book. Especially the hardbacks, they'll release a book for a couple weeks. Boom, that's it, done. Okay? No more. They're done. And then, because Warhammer books are very, very popular and very short printed, if you go and try and buy them afterwards, they're ridiculously expensive. I collected the Space Marine battle books, which are all just, each one was about a different chapter, doing a different thing, and they're cool, generally well written, a whole bunch of different authors. But there's a couple I missed, and I go and look for them, and it's like, oh yeah, do you want a short story? It's like 100 pages. Yeah, that's £400, please, because people just buy it and scalp, and it's a pain. It's an absolute pain in the fucking ass. So I realize this is not. Also, thanks Thomas for the super chat. I forgot to say that entirely. Sorry, that was probably very rude of me. But yes, I will check my listings afterwards and see if it's one of the ones I have, and I'll read it. I'm currently reading Mark of Faith. It's a Adeptus Sororitas. It's Sister Battle book. First person book. I generally don't like first person books. This one's good, but it's dragging. I 240 pages in. So about 2/3 of the way through the book, and it's kind of dragging at this point. It's about Imperial Guard detachment trapped on a planet that was hit by a rock and trying to survive after exterminators. Oh, that's cool. There's been a few books like that, which are about exterminators being called. People doing a rush. There was one called Ice Warriors. I think it was Ice Warriors, about the Valhallans. They were trying to fight. I think it was Chaos, and they had to go and do a mission to pull out some high-ranking person from behind enemy lines in a couple hours before an exterminatus happened, and it was kind of a race to get to him, rescue him, and get back to the landing zone before exterminatus happened. Very good. What is that? Oh, no, I missed that. I forgot to do that. Boop. Your favorite Chinese novels? 1004. Is it like Journey to the West or whatever? It's a hell of one to read. Lord of the Mysteries. It's about reincarnating in a mystical Victorian time, battles between gods. The MC eventually becomes a god. So it's basically every anime that's ever been released then. Caiaphas Cain. I didn't actually like Caiaphas Cain. I've read a couple of short stories, never read one of his long ones. Hello, Miracle Man. I'm glad to hear you're very drunk, my dude. That's how you spend your. That's how you should spend a hump day. I would probably be drinking too myself. But like I said, probably in about an hour or so, I need to go and pick someone up. So I can't be drinking and then driving. But yeah, his book reviews are like, Miss Marvel stretched thin, or like a banned book club, like a visual novel, you know, all that kind of malarkey. It's a lot of LGBT books, which is fine if you want to read them, but like they're all very repetitive. Cheese Sweet Home Part 1, you know, like all like really childish things. 6 Crimson Cranes, which I thought was hilarious. I watched through it. And it's like, he's the type of guy who is just like, he got upset about Miss Marvel. No, not Miss Marvel. America Chavez in the Multiverse of Madness. Because he got upset that they had hired a girl who wasn't the correct skin tone of, he wasn't the correct skin tone. You get Christmas break off till January. That's pretty good shit for a guy. He was upset she wasn't the correct skin tone because he's like, why couldn't they get... Because like America Chavez is meant to be from Peru and Nicaragua. And they didn't get it. It was like Kenya and Nicaragua or something like that. She's meant to be black, Latino. And he's like, why couldn't they hire an actress from Nicaragua and Kenya? And she's like, what tiny a pool are you looking at there for actresses in that right age range who look the part, who are that exact ethnicity, who are that exact skin tone? That's how Pete's thinks. But then Pete's, he reviewed a book called 6 Crimson Cranes by a Chinese American that's about Japanese lore. And he thought it was really good because it was an Asian writing Asian lore. And it's like, you do realize that the Chinese and Japanese fucking hate each other. It is so weird that you go like, oh, well, they're yellow, so I guess that counts. Like it's such a weird mindset he has when he's so specific about America Chavez. But then he's like, oh, okay, well, they're both Asian, so I guess it doesn't matter. It's just, I don't know, I find that whole fucking thing weird. But he reads just like comics and like web comics and like children's stuff. He did read like one thing about Chinese history though, which credit for, I didn't watch it because I assumed it would be boring. But it's like, well, what would you do in a library? It's like, if anyone wants to know about a lesbian, pansexual, demisexual black person's experiences of being like a trans person in Vietnam, 100% they should come to you. For pretty much anything else, you wouldn't have a clue what they're talking about because you don't really read much. It's about the people bitching about that She-Hulk being so weird when the comic is weird, though. It was meh. I never watched it because I was like, it doesn't even look like it's made for me at this point. And I'm just, nah. I just can't. I just don't care anymore, you know? Blah, blah, blah. What is it? Japanese tend to not be overly offended by cultural appropriation because they're quite proud to never have been colonized. Yeah, no, 100%. It's weird for him who is so, like, super lefty. You know, it's when it's so super lefty from him that he wants a girl to be an exact, she in real life, because the actress came from it, he wants her to be the exact same ethnicity, skin color, and from the same countries as the character. And if not, then it's colorist and it's whitewashing. But then when he's happy for a Chinese person to write Japanese stuff because they're both Asian, and he thinks that's just cool. You know, I just find it weird. I just find it really bizarre.
$15 an hour at 40 hours a week works out to $28,800 a year. That's what I was making. That's what I was making at Rogers. Like $30,000 a year.
I don't remember what a Canadian transfer rate is, but $15 an hour in Canada isn't amazing, is it? I don't think so, because I don't know what they're. Hello, sleepy mate. You didn't miss much, mate. We're just talking about stuff. But it's like, if that's what he's happy with, it's weird that he quit. Because he pretty much quit because like Chantel said she would support him, and at the same time he also was getting socially anxious and he didn't like talking to people. That's why he wants to do a night shift at a library. He wants to do something where people could potentially talk to him, but he doesn't need to speak to people, which is just, you know, I'm sorry. Sometimes you just gotta knuckle up and just do it. It might not be fun. Like, I don't particularly like dealing with people in real life, especially when I work like retail and all. But sometimes you gotta do it, bro.
In Ontario. I mean,
because Boogie hasn't really done a lot recently, and I wanted to catch up on Pete's about his dating profile and his perfect job and all. So we're on his perfect job right now, which is he wants to work by himself at night in a library on night shift. So I think he just wants an excuse to get paid to sit there and read books.
It's minimum wage. That's what minimum wage is.
Okay, $15 a month. Okay, that's minimum wage. Okay.
Yeah, minimum wage works out to $31,200 a year.
Was he getting what?
$15 an hour. Yep, $15 an hour, 40 hours a week.
That's a different figure than you just give.
Yeah, I keep doing YouTube as a side hustle.
Good.
So
That's what you
yeah,
should
people keep
do.
suggesting it. I keep forgetting to look into it.
That's what you should do. When you're a small channel, don't go hard on the YouTube thing. Don't think, I'm going to be the next PewDiePie. I'm going to quit my job because I got 2,000 subs. Don't do anything like that. That's silly. You just work away. And one free mandatory Japanese big titty GF for his library job. I don't know if he likes Asians, but we'll find out soon enough when we watch What I Look For in a Woman. But I don't think so. Who's smarter, Pete's or Boogie? I don't know. I really genuinely don't know. Because they're both dumb in their own ways. I'd say Pete's is probably smarter overall. Because he actually researches stuff more and he looks into like a wider variety of stuff. But he's also that kind of dumb where he like looks at one side's opinion and goes like, that is my opinion now, and does no further digging or research. So I don't know. Pete's in general IQ sense, I'd say Pete's.
To that. Supplemental low work income with YouTube money. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna end up having to do.
Good. That's what you meant to do, Pete's.
No.
Did you say butthole?
Shannon. My 100% sure you want to transition. I am actually Shannon, as a matter of fact.
Not a boy, Pete's.
Would I become a reaction channel?
Not a girl, Pete's, I should say.
Wait, let us know. Some videos about detransitioners. I don't need this salad. I don't need this to watch this salad. Bring my own perspective to it. Again, there are people who have much more interesting perspectives than I do. I've got a very basic perspective. Yeah, I've got the perspective of a cis-het white dude.
But but aren't you transitioning? So how can you say you have a perspective of a cis-het white dude when you're like transitioning, and then once you transition, you want to be a woman? So in your head, shouldn't you be a trans lesbian? This is one of my biggest confusing things to Pete's. Is like, I say he because that's what he's currently going with. He says, I am a cis white male. I'm a cis heterosexual white male. But it's like, but I am transitioning. I'm currently transitioning to become a woman, and I want to get with a woman afterwards. It's like, so you're a trans woman lesbian then? You're not a cis male. Is he trans? Why doesn't he go by she? Oh, pretty much came out and said that he doesn't feel comfortable in his body and he believes that he is a female and he wants to transition. However, says he's still going to keep referring to himself with he, him pronouns until he is further into the transition process, and then we'll change to she, her. But it's just really weird to hear him say, I am a cis heterosexual male, as someone who is currently transitioning to be a woman who wants to be with a woman, you know? So it's really confusing. Thankfully, he is kind of chill about the whole thing, so he doesn't scream at everyone for misgendering and stuff like that. So okay, that's cool. But it's just, I don't know. It makes it a wee bit more confusing. That's the thing. As long as he's happy and healthy and he does what he wants, it's grand. I just find it. I find it weird when he refers to himself as a heterosexual, as a heterosexual male, when it's just like, but I am transitioning into a lesbian female. It's just like, because he's like downplaying his opinion on things, being like, well, I'm just a heterosexual, cis male, so I shouldn't have an opinion on that. But it's like, but I don't know. It's kind of weird to me. Like, he do what he wants. I'll fucking call him whatever he wants. If it goes non-binary, I'll call him they, them. I don't really, people have watched me long enough. I don't really care about anything like that. But it's just, I don't know. I'm wondering how long until he pulls the trigger, because it does seem like he's really dragging his feet on it. Have I ever thought about doing a video on King Cobra? Every once in a while. I think other people cover King Cobra better than me, and a lot of times I think King Cobra is best done with like either a full documentary, and I don't know enough about him. Hello Brock, sorry, my live streams are very rambly. I think it's either a full documentary need to be done on King Cobra, and I know the start, and I know that where we are now. I don't know a lot of the middle stuff, so I need to do more research. Or clips, because I think King Cobra just is entertaining enough just to watch King Cobra. It's not like Boogie, where Boogie's boring and you kind of need someone to talk to you about Boogie. I find King Cobra is just entertaining enough where I like to just sit down and just watch Cobra Bites or Boglin Chronicles, just do like a clip show version of him.
I've got a very basic perspective on it.
I don't think so. I do think that he wants to transition. I do think he wants to transition. He's been talking about it for a fair while and does dress up as his female character, Ramona, every once in a while. So I do think he probably wants to. I think he's probably very lazy, and his depression probably doesn't help him, because he does just mean he just sits in the house, and it's like, have you talked to your doctor yet about getting hormones? Like, nah. It's like, but do you want to do this and you think this will make you happier? Yeah. Then why don't you do it? I can't be bothered. And it's like, if it's going to make you happy, you probably should just bite the bullet and go for it, you know? Just lean in hard to it, especially if you think it's a good thing to do.
Well, that's like my whole life. Like until relatively recently, I always thought of myself as cis. Like it's only very recently that I stopped thinking of myself that way. So like my perspective throughout my life until 4 years ago, until 4 or 5 years ago, yeah, my perspective of Star Trek came from being a cis het white dude. I think that talking to a therapist is helping me. Maybe. Speaking of which, I've got an appointment on Wednesday. I actually do have a therapy appointment on Wednesday.
Yeah, I think a lot of it's confusing. That's why I say with pizzas. Like my biggest issue is the confusing because the way he says, "Well, I'm doing this. However, I'm this right now." Even though most people, when they feel that they are transitioning, immediately change. Pizza's doing it's like I am still a cis heterosexual male at the moment, but I am going to be a female. Whilst most people consider themselves once they transition, they are immediately a female, and even when you talk about them in past tense, you should be referring to them by that pronoun. So I just find Pizza's approach to it kind of bizarre. Miracle Man, don't boy me. That's what's up, Tubes. Nah, I just don't want to make a Discord server. I don't know. It's just not. I'm antisocial. I'm antisocial. I barely even do like Twitter or anything like that nowadays.
I bought this. It's just like a journal that's Spirited Away.
I don't really like the art. I don't really like the art. The watercolor version, Spirited Away. I don't dig it. I don't think it looks that good. I think the original art looks good enough. I don't think the washed out watercolor looks that great.
Which is the characters from the book or from the movie. I haven't really been using it. I haven't used it as much as I should. Honestly, I should be making a.
It looks empty.
I just never really think of it. I never know what to write anyway.
That's probably not a good thing.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I don't think that looks very good.
The radish man.
I just don't think that looks good. It's also Daikon. Thank you.
Coloring, not really. Yeah, I haven't really been making use of it. Yeah.
Unironically, see, I never used Discord before until I joined a couple of VTuber communities. So I have an account on Discord, but like I don't do anything with it. I was part of a bunch of communities. I am now down to like 2. And it's like for like my 2 favorite VTubers, I am just part of the community. I haven't posted in months, I don't think. I just don't, it doesn't really interest me too much. And it's just always weird just because they are just, it is full of coomers. To put it very bluntly, it's full of coomers. And my favorite thing was one of the VTubers I watched accidentally showed her Discord channel at one point, and it was full of coomers. And they were like, her and her mods were like talking about their porn fetishes and stuff like that, and it's like, come on, bro. Why in your specials mod chat are you all sitting there? Who are like people who have met in real life and are friends in real life? Why are you all sitting there just talking about like, well, sometimes I like to be dominated, and sometimes I don't like to be dominated, and I like to be the dominating one. Sometimes I like to be the daddy, but sometimes I like it when she's the mommy, and you're like, guys, why are you talking about this stuff with just people that you hang out with it in real life? I don't know. It's just maybe some people do that, but I find that bizarre. I just don't. 3K face reveal? No. Million face reveal. So you guys got to go out there, like, subscribe, share, and stuff like that. Or fine, on my Patreon, if we make 3 million per month, I'll do a face reveal. Fine, if you guys really want it.
Like I'm planning on using it as like a mental health journal. Hey, Rara, what Funko Pops do I have? 90s Storm.
Of course.
Make progress makes when I start hormones.
Of course.
Yeah, that's like once I start hormones.
Storm is like his lesbian crush. He loves Storm. You make 100+ soccer accounts. Everyone is going to need to make 100+ soccer accounts. By the way, don't do that. That's against terms of service on YouTube. I can't condone that in any way. Blah blah blah.
I do kind of want to do a thing like where I take a photo every day. I like this one. 80s Punk Storm, aka Best Storm. Ms. Marvel.
Of course.
Who is an awesome character, one of the coolest characters.
Is not. That is factually
This might actually be my favorite of the ones that I got, just because I really like her.
Why, if you're going to get a Funko Pop, also, of course, there's not going to be a single male. There's not going to be a single male in this whole thing. There's not going to be a single male in this whole thing. It is Spider-Woman, Miss Marvel, and 2 different Storms. 100%. There's not going to be a single fucking male that's in this. Also, why does he get the bobbleheads? Like, the Funko Pops, I know it's cringe already. Everyone knows, well, I say everyone knows, people watch all my fucking streams, watch every second. Everyone knows I've got a Crash Bandicoot one sitting beside me here. I think that's the only Funko Pop I have. But, like, why would you get a bobblehead version? That's kind of lame. The bobbleheads are the worst ones.
Spider-Gwen, Sailor Mercury, Agent Carter,
Oh my god, they're all women.
Amberlynn featuring me in her blog.
I told you! I genuinely told you. Every single one of them's gonna be a woman. Every single one. Also, I think Sailor Mercury was, like, his, like, crush when he was a child. I think that's what he said before. Like, Sailor Mercury was the first time he, like, thought himself as liking girls.
Because that's largely irrelevant to me. You'd be my sugar mama, but you got no sugar. I know that feeling.
Well, didn't Boogie claim that he was, like, a sugar baby? Like, he was the sugar baby now? Because he claims that the woman he went to meet made more money than him? Well, yeah, if she's a prostitute, of course she makes more money than you, Boogie. If she's a prostitute, she gets paid $500 per hour. Of course she makes more money than you, Boogie. That's a silly opinion to have. That doesn't help you in any way. Sugar babies can make more than the guy. If the guy, you know, if they have numerous sugar daddies, you know?
Should have gotten me last sick of it. No. No, I do not believe in ghosts. And I do not think there's a ghost in the hallway.
Well, there's a ghost in the
And I
hallway.
can show you, Breshner.
There's a cat. I can show you me
Not that much
brushing
fur
her.
off her by Breshner.
You should. She's got a
Like,
bit of a
Breshner
coat
really got
on
a whole
her.
lot of fur off her.
You should. What kind of brush are you using? See, the cat seems to be enjoying that because it probably never happens. But don't do it like that. Okay, you're using. Okay, I don't really like those brushes too much.
Here's one of these. Yeah. Yeah, they are good. I feel like for Casey, a regular comb would probably work better.
Do I believe in ghosts? Nah, not really. Not really. I remember someone got angry at me in my old job once because I laughed at her when she was talking about ghosts. She got really annoyed about me because she really, really believed in ghosts. Get any more magic cards? I did not get any more magic cards. No, because I got a bunch, and then I told you, oh, you started me following me on Twitter? Thank you. I got a bunch of magic cards there, and I've been just kind of rationing through them because I do have kind of addictive personality, so I understand Boogie in that regard. So I just bought like a pack, and I'm just kind of opening every once in a while. I'm not going to get any more until February when the new one comes out. It's probably going to be next time I buy magic cards. I'd rather just ration myself like that, just so I don't go ham and spend all of my YouTube bucks on Magic the Gathering cards. I think being with Foodie made Pete's way worse than he has ever. Oh, 100%. The more time he spends around Foodie Beauty, the worse he gets. You know, he had a job and all before he moved in with her. Then he moved in with her, and not long afterwards, you know, suddenly he got rid of it. Can you imagine any woman paying for Boogie's time? Fuck, imagine. Imagine.
Like a regular cat comb would probably work better for Casey.
Yes, it probably would. That's not a great comb for it. That's like the kind of that's the kind of brush I use on my dog. You know, and that's because my dog's got like a big thick double coat.
She doesn't sit fucking still.
Just watch the latest Only Use Me Blazer. He beat his. Did he beat? What's the woman's name? Crap, what's her name? Shit, I don't remember her name. The woman he cucked him. Did he hit her? Did he beat her? Fucking hell. To be fair, their relationship has been toxic as all fuck. Like that they shouldn't have been together like whatsoever. I have to keep an eye. What was the guy called? Who does videos on Only Use Me Blade? Matt Billabong or something like that. I'll have to check out his next thing when it came out. He made her cry even. Fair, based on what I've seen or heard, it seems like it'd be easy to make her cry anyway. You show Boogie hitting his dog again. No, I think we're probably gonna actually no. Okay, we'll do it. We'll do it. Where is it? Where was it? Where did I even say that? I'm slowly losing grip of it because it's been getting longer and longer. Oh, is this it?
And the third guy says,
Ah, Christ. Oh, that's good. It always makes me smile. Son Gananda. I have no idea what the next thing he's going to do is. He's already started making shady remarks. We've already seen him starting to make shady remarks towards Des, his ex-wife. So I think that might be his next thing he might lean towards. With his ridiculous claim that he's under NDA and she's not under NDA. And it's just like, what lawyer would ever have an NDA where only one side signs it? You know, especially his lawyer where he's the famous one. Why would he sign an NDA when she doesn't have to sign an NDA when he's apparently he's the famous one? Usually, if you're doing it with like fame and power structure and power dynamics, usually it's the one in power makes the other one sign it. So they can't be affected by the other person trying to tear them down. It seems weird the one in power signing it and the other one not doing it.
I
He bring a receipt that she was abusive. See, the thing is, he already claimed he can't. He's already acting like that it was such a hard life for him during the wedding, but he can't talk about the bad things she did because of the NDA. I was like, well, first you're suggesting that she's done bad things, which I think would already be in breach of an NDA. I think. I'm not sure, obviously. But don't give one side of NDA. It's coming from someone who's signed an NDA. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't think that's how it works. Apparently, like, they offered to let her sign it and she said no, and they're just like, okay, no problem, but I'll just sign it anyway. And I was like, I don't think that's how it works. That means she has something over him. I doubt it. Well, no, it means, well, I highly doubt it. I just don't buy it. I don't buy it at all. I think him even suggesting that she has done wrong and done horrible things to him and he can't talk about it because of the NDA, I think that would already breach the NDA, because you're already implying that she has done something bad. But his anxiety, that's you know what, Sleepy? I forgot about it. He hasn't mentioned it recently, so I forgot entirely about his anxiety. God, oh me.
Because she is still actually, like, honestly,
dude,
she is actually
talk about your dating profile.
Clinging to life, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's in Mama. Recently he said that he had signed the NDA, but she hadn't. And I'm like, well, what lawyer would organize a one-sided NDA? I don't think that's a thing. Especially when he's the famous person. Why is he signing an NDA and she isn't? That doesn't make any sense.
It's been a good few months since I back into my room. I'm terrible.
Also, he keeps pointing at, and saying, but see, she tweeted once that she didn't sign an NDA, so that, and I was like, well, I don't know the specific rules. I don't know if, like, you can make an NDA where, like, it's like court subpoenas and stuff like that. Certain, like, high court subpoenas apparently in America, the person can't say that they're being subpoenaed by the court. You know, they have to say, nope, I haven't, or they can't comment on it. It's just like over here in the UK, there's like super injunctions were a big thing a while ago, where it was like the person can't even say that they are under an injunction. So for all I know, the NDA she signed says that she can't say that she's under an NDA, and she has to say that she's not. I don't fucking know. So I don't really think that's, I don't buy into that. I'm confused about the whole thing, and it just seems to know one of those things that's like, you know?
Like I said, it's cleaner than mine. Dust gathering on her wigs? No idea.
Talk about your dating profile.
Not in mine. She never peed or pooped on any of my shoes, luckily.
Jesus.
Last time I spoke to another human in person.
Wow.
I guess that probably would have been October 31st. But I didn't.
Jesus, bro. That's sad. Oh, God. That's not good for your mental health. And my recommendation for you guys, like I said, I posted my Boogie video and then I kind of just disappeared for a while because I went out and just did stuff. And I've been watching movies. I've been going out to the cinema and stuff like that. I've been hanging out with people. Just do that. Everyone else. What was October 31st? I don't know what he did on October 31st. I have no idea, because it's not like he does Halloween. Maybe like a Halloween person. Maybe like a trick-or-treater came to his door and he talked to like a kid for like 30 seconds whilst he's giving them treats. And that's what he considers as having dealt with another human face-to-face.
Talk to you in person, immigrants. Didn't I go to grocery? Yeah, but I didn't really talk to the person. Like, I didn't really talk to anybody about it. Like, I didn't really talk to anybody at the grocery store. Bags.
Yep, Sleepy. Everyone listen to Sleepy. Go to porn conventions, stuff like that. Get your BDSM on. Do a public slave-dom relationship like Sean Head and Armored Skeptic, and then cry on your YouTube that your YouTube channel's dead, like Armored Skeptic is currently doing. Just do that. Go out and live your best life. That's the thing. I just wanted to talk about his dating profile.
Please and on debit. And thank you. Need human interaction? No. What situation? I still got some big boxes to break down. I got big boxes to break down now.
Oh, he's talking about his dating profile right now. He's about to break some big boxes. It's terrible. I'm sorry, guys.
Sure. But I'd have to go on Tinder.
Go on Tinder.
They've got a messenger about somebody liking me on Tinder.
Oh.
But
you just got to make sure it's not a YouTube fan trying to get those big YouTube bucks out of you. That's going to be the problem now. If he gets famous on YouTube like pizzas, people are going to be coming for the money. He's going to be Boogie 2.0 here.
Not like I'm going to pay, so.
Did Frank Hassel handle Boogie's guilt trip the best? Probably, because he doesn't care, and he just laughed at him because he didn't mind looking like a bad person by just laughing at his stuff. You didn't know Armored Skeptic? Armored Skeptic has been posting. I'll see if I can find it here. He might have deleted them for all I know. But he had after his breakup with the last girl or whatever it was. Jesus fuck. Has he deleted? Oh, I don't actually know. Let me check here. but he was posting like sad posts on his community posts, and it looks like he might have deleted them. But on one of his most recent videos, he had done a pinned comment where it was like whining. It's edited. Oh, it looks like he's gotten rid. Oh, okay. It looks like he's gotten rid. I'm sure it's still on Kiwi Farms and all. But Armored Skeptic was like doom posting about how his channel's dead and how no one cares, and he's going to be broke soon and stuff like that on his community posts and all. So he must have like, I don't know, cheered up a wee bit and gone and deleted them all. It's still on Kiwi Farms, I'm sure though. Well, at least I closed the wrong one. I hate my life. I hate my life. I closed the wrong one. Oh god. That's okay. Can we get, I want your dating profile.
Distraction comment. My cat chews on while I pressure.
I want your dating profile, Pete.
Pooped on any of my shoes.
Okay, I've heard that bit.
I think I have done. I think I've signed up for a couple other minor ones.
There you go.
That I honestly don't even remember. Bumble. I think I did try Bumble and just
get your dick wet,
wasn't
son.
terribly impressed.
It's because the girl has to make the first approach. Get
Yeah,
your
I think when
dick
I
wet,
tried Bumble,
son.
I just had sort of this. Well, this thing's fucking boring.
Go,
I will confess it.
Go out and slay some pussy, sir. That's all I recommend you to do. Go out and slay some pussy. That will cheer you up. You want his dating profile things with a girlfriend going rough? Well, Valley, that's why I'm upset he's still sticking to the he thing. Once he goes she, I can make a move then. Keep myself to myself, But, yeah, okay. You saw right through me, Valiard. You're going to get banned for that. Mods, ban the Valiard in chat, please.
I think I'm
I don't even have any mods anymore.
overly honest.
Is this still... Okay.
Yeah. Hi, I like comics, Star Trek, TV movies, and movies and cats.
What? Wait, sorry, what?
Yeah. Hi, I like comics, Star Trek, TV movies, and movies and cats.
Why would you go straight in with I like comic books and like superheroes and stuff like that? I just all that shit. When I was on a dating profile a few years ago, none of my I like anime. I didn't, none of that shit was on my dating profile. That's a 6 dates down the line thing. By the way, now that you like me a bit, I'm gonna have to drop some bad news on you. Sometimes I watch VTubers, okay? Don't hate me. That's the kind of shit you save a little while. Fast question: how do you do notifications for going live? I don't. I have no idea. I just do a scheduled stream in studio. I don't send out notifications or anything like that. I have no idea. I think if you hit the bell button, you might get a notification. I don't know. I don't really. There's very few streams that I am there for the open off. So I unfortunately I couldn't tell you. But I'm a huge weeb. Please don't leave. Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much. I remember one of my mates, we were playing Warhammer. This is fucking years ago now. We were playing Warhammer, and I had some fucking nerd shit up on my shelves and all. And he was commenting on it. I was like, mate, you should see my fucking bedroom, because back then I had a bunch of fucking figures and stuff like that. And he was just mate, it took some real woman to go in there and see that shit and still want to fuck you afterwards. I was like, damn. He hates anime, by the way. He fucking hates anime, by the way. And I was just like, God, that's fucking harsh. That's why you don't go in hard with that, because a lot of people just hate anime, and if you're I don't know, older than 18 and you're I'm really into video games, I think a lot of girls just immediately dry up when they hear that. Maybe not nowadays. Maybe the 18, 19-year-old girls fucking love video games nowadays. I don't fucking know, but fuck you, the chair. Don't you fucking dare call me a weeb. I am an otaku.
Yeah. Had to lie, dang it. Yeah, that's the problem, Sofa King. I don't lie. I actually, on my phone...
See, Sofa King was one of Chantel's biggest enablers, and, got upset that she has a boyfriend now. So has left her chat and gone over to pizzas now, because they're so obsessed with her. I know people joke, well, probably some people don't joke when they say, oh, you're obsessed with Boogie, and I'm not, because I don't give a fuck. But, like, these people are genuinely obsessed with Chantel, that when Chantel and them had a falling out, they immediately went to Pizza's channel because they want to somehow still be connected to her fucking life. So they can't just be like, alright, well, she's a bitch to me, whatever. They can't just watch quietly in private. They have to be a big part of someone's life connected to Chantel. So that he ran over to his profile and immediately started, like, donating lots of money to him, like, just to try and get into his inner circle. And it's like, oh, you're so fucking cringe. Another when she sees your Warhammer minis and stays. That's when she finds out how much I spend on Warhammer minis and she's okay to stay with me. I think that's it. Not even the minis themselves. I think just when she sees, like, it's like, holy shit, you spent that amount on this absolute fucking nonsense. okay. Well, I still like you. It's like, oh, thank God.
My dating profile, I actually mentioned that I have depression.
Oh.
Also that I don't like children and don't want any.
Okay.
And that I'm scared of dogs.
Okay, the dog thing is certainly going to get you fucked. Like, when I was in dating apps, I was very much the guy who had a dog in my picture. Always had a picture of me and my dog, because my dog's cute as fuck. So I always had a picture of me and my dog, because obviously that works. Obviously that works. There's a little bit of a hint for any of you. You've got a good-looking dog. Not that you got one of those ugly, weird-looking dogs, but if you've got a good-looking dog, have that in your profile picture. Boom. Helps you out a wee bit. Like, but when you go in hard, be like, I hate kids. I don't want kids, I don't want to be near kids, and I fucking hate dogs. You're like, oh, Jesus, dude, you have no chance. Especially when you're going in hard with the depression thing. That's just it's not a great look. And a lot of people have depression. It's not people's personality, though. Don't make it your personality that you have depression. And what armies do I play? I just feel like I'm gonna get judged for this. Because I play the Space Weebs, I play Tau. I have Custodes as well. And I'm starting to work on Black Templar. So, like, everyone judges me for the Space Weebs. I convinced my friend to do speed dating with me. How'd that go? I'm assuming you and a friend went to a speed dating thing together then? Not that you and her, your female friend, did a 1 minute date or something like that. I would assume you and him went to, like, a speed dating convention together. I've never done one of those. I don't know, because we're an hour and 30 minutes into my live stream where we're basically talking about nothing so far. How do you think I would do in a 1 minute sit down with a girl? A 1 minute sit down, I'd barely get past saying hi. You know, I'd have fucking gone on 3 tangents. The girl would be clawing at the walls trying to fucking get away, being like, is this 1 minute over? This guy's talked about 17 different fucking things and he's still going. Like, I need time. I need time to build it because I talk so much shit. Just show them your anime waifu art. Well, obviously that's the thing. You take out your phone, and the back of your phone obviously is like fucking a Dakimakura, and you show your screensaver, which is obviously your VTuber Oshi. That's obviously what you do. By the way, neither of those things are true about me. I have a plain black background, and I have like I have the generic like Android background on my phone still, because I don't use my phone fucking barely ever. Did you drink my Mountain Dew? Oh, it gets them wet every time. Especially when you scream and then you have to flip the table. You have to flip the table right at them. Aim for the face. Scream, did you drink my Mountain Dew? And then flip the table at her. She'll be gushing. Either from the nose or from the pussy. Who fucking knows? One of the two. Imagine Valley Yard. You sit down in front of a fucking girl at a 1 minute speed dating event and you're like, well, hey there. Have you ever heard of a man called Boogie 2988? Yeah, some people say I'm a bit of an expert. Imagine. Oh, Christ. Oh, that's like those fucking H3 fans. Like, H3 fans were talking about wanting to make a dating site specifically for H3 fans because they say, like, they always start off by talking about, like, H3. They ask people, like, oh, well, I'm watching a podcast. And they want the person to ask, oh, what are you watching? So they'd be like, I'm watching H3. And see how the person reacts to it. Valiard. So you didn't. Valiard, the chair. So you didn't actually go. Oh, that's unfortunate. Maybe next time we could do a speed dating. Should be good crack. I imagine it should be fun. It's not. I don't think it'd be my bag, but I think it should be good fun. I asked what music you like. Why are you talking about Boogie and beautiful foodies? Look, I've got a very specific set of skills, and it's talking about anime and movies and fat people online. So, you know, if any of those swingy things turn you on, me and you're gonna hit it off tonight. Jesus, I'm dying.
I also mentioned that I'm exploring my gender identity.
Oh, it's cool, and it's something that you probably should let them know straight on, but it's just like, it wouldn't surprise me you're not getting a great amount of success. And yes, H3 cultists. H3, people jokingly refer to them as a cult because they are kind of fucking creepy. If you want to cut the chase, bring an attraction sign. I'm not going to read the full thing because someone will call me racist, but well, didn't he say no smokers? Because I'm okay with smokers. Isn't Pete's trans? Pete is currently identifying as a male, however, intends to transition to a female at some point.
Don't tell people you're depressed. I mean, like, my attitude is, like, I don't feel like bullshit.
At the start of, I'm just going to be honest, at the start of all dating, there's a bit of bullshitting. Like, no, too much is bad. But a part of the start of all dating is you put your best foot forwards. I don't think it's a good idea to go in hard with, like, hi there, just so you know, I hate... What was it, actually? I'm going to see if I can find this here. I find it really funny. People who don't like Warhammer are going to... I probably won't care. I'm trying to. It's a funny little mean thing. Oh, there it is here. People probably won't get this. Okay, it's a funny meme, but it's like this is just Pete's, but with like I hate dogs, I hate kids.
Love me Emperor, love me Primarch, love me Chapter. 8 traitors, 8 orcs, not racist, I just don't like them. 8 heretics. Simple as.
I fucking love that video. I love that video so much. But that's just like Pete's in my head when he sits down in front of a woman. And he's like, I hate my dogs. I hate kids. I love me depression. It's just like, bro, I don't want to sound like a fucking part of the manosphere here, but you gotta know how to talk. You gotta know how to talk about this shit. And just starting off hard by being, well, question my gender identity. So if you're a straight female, you're probably not good, because you're gonna have to go lesbian for me here at some point. I have really bad depression. Wasn't I a smoker? I was a smoker at one point, yes, before COVID killed me. Do you hate dogs? Who hates dogs? I think he said he liked cats though, which is bizarre because he fucking hates the cats. He keeps talking about how he wants to line up against the wall and shoot them. You know, he's like the Waffen SS for cats here. And he's like, I like cats. I was like, Cobra, I don't think so.
Don't feel like trying to bullshit. So yeah, I say flat out.
I'm a sinner, man. We all know that.
And lie? No.
Lie. You should lie. A wee bit.
I have no interest in lying about it. Who would want to date a lie? Yeah, I mean, like, they're gonna find out.
Who'd want to date
that I actually mentioned.
Who'd want to date a liar? Everyone. Everyone dates a liar. Everyone lies. I'm sorry to break it to you. I'm sorry to break it to everyone. But everyone lies. Especially at the start of a relationship. That girl you're seeing, and she turned out to be crazy, she was always crazy. She didn't turn crazy. She was always fucking crazy. You're just really good at hiding that shit. Okay?
On my profile that I have depression. It honestly strikes me as actually being a good conversation starter. Like, believe it or not, like, that strikes me as actually being a conversation starter. Because a lot of people have mental health issues.
If you date me, you'll be gay. Like if you say it to a straight girl eventually, like it's kind of true what he's saying. You know, I don't know. That's a really hard thing for people to go through. So I think for a lot of people will be like, just so you know, I might be going through something very difficult soon. I think I'll be hard enough for a lot of people. Well, to be fair, Irish, you slight pussies too, right? So can't have pot called kettle black. Well, because I'm talking about to this mad pussy slayer here. That is a good point here. Pete's streaming right now, showing his comic collection. Attaboy, Pete's. I don't like most of the comic books he's showing off before though. That's it. Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot it was quirky. She just really liked Harley Quinn. It's not that she was fucking mental.
So you know, I have depression. Oh wow, I have OCD, or I have BPD. Wow, yeah, cool.
That'd be a weird. I don't know. I find it weird bonding over your psychological issues. I think that'd be a bit too weird. You could argue me if I bonded with someone who likes VTubing, I'd be bonding over my psychological issues with them as well. But I don't know. I just not the best approach in my opinion. Like
you read profile? No. A lot of people have. Yep. Pressures out there in all-time conversations. There's 9/11 and abortion rates. But I mean, like, A lot of people have mental health issues, and a lot of people like bonding over their mental health issues. People like
I think bonding is different than hooking up with someone. I think bonding. Hello, Barack. I think bonding is very different than hooking up with someone. You know, I really do. Did he specify what gender he's looking to date? Female. He is only interested in females.
People are able to bond over that shit. So yeah, I think that's a big part of why I actually have a list on my profile that I have depression, is just because it does mean that other people who like that if a woman who has
Hello, White. Greetings from Rhode Island, USA. I have heard of Rhode Island before because I think that was in Family Guy. I think that's about it.
mental health issue of their own comes across my profile, it's something where they can be like, hey, yeah, I suffer depression as well.
Okay, story time, bit weird. I remember I was on a first date with a girl, and I, probably because I'm kind of like probably entirely autistic, like I think I killed the mood a lot because we were on a date. We met up, we're hanging out, chatting, going pretty well, having drinks, all that malarkey was going good, and then I think she like spilled something on her sleeve or something like that. She's wearing long sleeves, which should have been a warning sign in some ways. But she pulled back, and I saw like the self-harm marks on her wrist, and I mentioned them. I don't know why. Maybe because I was quite drunk at that point, but I specifically mentioned the self-harm marks, and I could tell I just fucking killed the mood entirely. And I was like, oh god, too many whiskeys for that one. Yeah. So it's not. I don't find it's always the best thing to bring up on the first date. I think it can be somewhat off-putting to people in regards to, like, it's like something like a. It's like, it's like what I said with like anime and VTubing and being a total fucking nerd, that's not something I would open with for a lot of people. Some people would like to, because it's like, oh, if I could meet a nerd, that'd be extra good, and that's fine. Like, but like, I'm very much like you're not defined by your interests and your hobbies and stuff like that, So I don't really think it's like, it doesn't feel like something I need to lead with, I just, I go in, just see how you interact as basic humans first, and then kind of go from there to see how your like hobbies intermingle. I think going in being like, I have mental issues too, probably not a great start to most relationships, but I'm sure it works for some people.
Yeah, they'd be like, hey, I get depression as well. You take
I don't really want to be available. Hannah, I don't actually know if he's scaring people off on purpose. I just genuinely think he is just incredibly socially awkward, which he admits himself. I don't think he's scaring people off deliberately. I think he wants a very specific person. Like, put it bluntly, I think Pete wants a mommy. I think Pete wants someone who is fully aware of his depression and is willing to like mommy him and coddle him about it. I think that's kind of his thing, I think he is very upfront with those kind of things. I think he's the type who would talk politics on the first date, which, by the way, another hint, don't fucking do. But I imagine Pete would be one of those people who'd talk about politics immediately, and if she found out like she's a Republican or something like that, he'd be like, no. EDB has stage 5 kidney failure. I've only heard about his recent shenanigans, which I was tempted to talk about, but then it turned out to be potentially nothing. I don't know. I haven't seen all the evidence and all yet, but I think the most recent thing turned out to be potentially nothing, so that's the only thing I heard about EDP recently. That's the thing, I'd rather bond over anime than mental health issues as well. I just think it's a bit heavy. Okay, that's probably the way I should approach that. It's a bit heavy to approach on the first date, like politics, family trauma, or something like that. Or it's like that when you date, if it's like a rebound or something like that. It's like those people who like talk about their ex-girlfriend on the first date. It's like it's a bit heavy, and it's a bit of an odd way to try and start things off, in my opinion. People don't lie on first dates, they sugarcoat. Like the girl who told me she smoked weed occasionally, 3 months later I found she was on bail for cocaine trafficking. Yeah, okay. Oh, well, you know what? She just twisted the truth a little, The problem with you, Dupley, is you're not very open-minded, okay? So I feel like you're the problem there in that relationship, and I'm glad she escaped how toxic you were.
Medication for right now? Oh well, I'm not taking any right now because I want to wait until I've got a GP. So I have just one doctor that I talk to about my medication every time I need to get it adjusted, rather than having to talk to a different one at the clinic each time.
Is Pete's still doing that thing? Hello, Peter. How are you? Is Pete still doing this thing where he doesn't take like antidepressants? anymore. He doesn't take he doesn't go for hormones or anything because he's like, I want to wait until I get a doctor, like a set one doctor, so I don't have to talk to different people every time. And I get it. Like over here, I'm not sure if it's the same in all of the UK or anywhere else, but over here, my place doesn't have a set doctor. You know, where I go, it doesn't have a set doctor. I speak to a different doctor every time, which is one of the reasons why my COVID got so bad and the whole nearly dying thing. So I get it. It can be awkward and can be bad, but I'd still rather go to the doctor and try and get it sorted. It's like me being like, well, I'm not going to go to the doctor for all of my issues because I'd rather wait until I get a specific set one who I'll see each time in the future. And it's like, it's just maybe just work with what you have, you know? Work with what you have. I think this is Pete's making an excuse because he's afraid to pull the trigger because he's so socially anxious. He's afraid of pulling the trigger, so he'd rather just make the excuse. It's like, well, it's not my fault I haven't started the transition or on antidepressants trying to better my life. It's the doctor's fault because I don't want to speak to a different person every time, so I'm just going to wait. And hopefully, like it's been a year and it hasn't happened yet, but hopefully, eventually, I will get a specific family doctor who's just my doctor for the future.
Rebecca, well, good job that I'm not looking to drop panties. I'm just...
What?
Good one. I do.
You'll be dropping your panties soon enough, boy. Yeah. Like, I don't know. I think maybe just going out and just doing like a one-night stand thing would probably be a good thing for Pete, honestly, you know? Just go and get...
I include, like, I like comics. I like
Get
Star
yourself
Trek.
wet.
I like Studio Ghibli movies.
Out of all those three, definitely don't start with the Studio Ghibli. Like, comics, well, a lot of people like Marvel. You can probably swing that pretty well. Star Trek, I'm sure a lot of people like the more recent Star Trek stuff. It's not seen as a super nerdy thing anymore. Studio Ghibli, I'd avoid that. I would avoid that. I know a lot of girls who like Studio Ghibli, but I don't know. That's the one out of those three I wouldn't include in that list.
Like, I'm not overly interested. Like, I don't really care that much one way or the other right now. Like, I don't really care whether I'm dating right now. Like, it doesn't make a difference to me if I'm dating right now.
And yeah, Lisa Bear, that's the thing. That's why the best bit of the Q80 arc is that Pete's is having to be out of his comfort zone and actually do things for himself. And he actually seems to be improving a little bit. And he actually looks here like he's lost a little bit of weight, you know? This is the best thing, is him being out of his comfort zone without having Mommy Chantel there, telling him what to do, making him food, but bringing in, you know, getting him to order what's food, Uber Eats constantly, you know, stuff like that. So this is him out of his comfort zone, but he needs to kind of push himself even further out of the comfort zone, especially when it comes to like a job. It's like, well, I'm anxious, I don't like working. It's like, how many people especially when you're doing a new job, how many people actually are like, oh, I'm really excited for this? Most people are like, this is going to be shitty for a little while, but eventually I'll get over it. He just seems to be like, nah. The dating advice my dad gave me was to do a social event, bring condoms, bring your knife, and be you. Okay. Was your dad like Ted Bundy? I don't know, maybe it's a very American thing to bring your knife, but the second I stopped bringing your knife, I was like, what? I was like waiting for like duct tape and rope to be the next things on your fucking list. How old is Pete? He's like 36, 37. I think he's about 36 or 37. I think so. I think Chantel's 38. I think he's about her age.
That's something funny on my profile. But I'm not funny.
Yeah.
Do I have any advice for incels? Yeah. Women don't owe you jack shit. And women are not the reason you're not getting dates. Sometimes you need to know the demographics before you talk about licking buttholes.
What?
All my viewers are of legal age for talking about buttholes.
What the fuck? I don't even. Does it show you under 18s on your demographics? I'm gonna have to check this now. I don't know if it actually shows you your under 18s, because like, what age do you have to be to have a YouTube account? Oh, you can have it from actually like 13, can't you? I'm sorry, I'm just genuinely curious now what my audience demographic is for age range. Where is it? Okay. Well, okay, guys, I'm happy to say I have 0% 13 to 17 year olds. I have 0% 13 to 17 year olds. Okay. I'm but 25% 18 to 24s, but 50% 25s to 34s. About 19% 35 44, about 4% 45 54, about 1% is 55 64, and 0.2% is 65 years plus. 60% of my audience is America. That's got bigger, because I think it used to be 50%. I'm slowly getting that American audience going on here. What else? What other stats have I got here? Sorry, guys. I don't want to show it on screen because I'm just not sure what all I can show or anything like that. But I'm genuinely curious. My female audience is actually growing, surprisingly. My female audience is growing. I have 11% female audience now. I'm slowly winning over the hearts and minds. Obviously, they're coming here. They're just coming here for my dating advice, because they're like, he understands us. He understands how much we hate anime on the first date. What else can I do? Oh, my research thing. I'm gonna pull up my research thing. Oh my god, you guys are creepy still. Come on, guys. You're watching from Mexico? Oh, okay. I have no idea. I could have a wee look actually in a second. We're boomers. I have an older fan base, which I'm happy for, because like I generally think the younger people on the internet, the younger people, not even I sound like a fucking boomer, are generally just nuts. Okay, my fan base. God, I don't even like saying that. My viewer base, I should say, because I'm not pretentious. My viewer base, I can see your search results still. ASMR is the top search result. Guys, really? I think that wasn't even top last time. I joked about it. It's top of my my viewer search results now. ASMR is a top thing. Am I gonna have to do an accidental ASMR? Okay, pack opening time. Oh, there you go. Oh, there you go. Oh, you hear those magic cards? Oh, there you go, guys. There's some. There you go. So there's some ASMR for you guys, just to keep happy my fan base. Please whisper in our ears. Okay, I don't know why this sounds I'm gonna turn on my gain away. I'm not gonna do any more of that. It already feels weird. I'm not gonna do any more of that. You're also really interested in FTX, Xbox Series S, and very interested in Magic the 30th Anniversary Edition, which is okay. That's cool. I'm happy enough for that, guys, because I'm interested in Magic as well, so that's cool. You got to hear me open Crimson Vow Innistrad pack there, guys. Oh, God. I don't want to slap those together. Boy, sounds a wee bit weird. Well, it's going to be my rare. Let's see what my rare is in this pack. I'll just for you Magic the Gathering fans here. I'm doing a pack opening with no visuals whatsoever. I'm groundbreaker here. Say poor? Are you saying poor because Northern Irish people say poor weird? Oh, hello, cat. Jesus. You might hear my cat here in a second. You're going to have some accidental cat ASMR. I have a Tauren's Fist of the Angels. That's he's a legendary creature, human cleric, guys. And also, I got two rares. A creepy puppeteer who is a creature, human rogue. There you go, guys. There you go. I hope you're happy. I hope you're happy. What am I playing? I'm just playing. What's it called? Legacy? Is that what it's called? Like I'm just playing the basic bitch version of it because it's just me and friends. I'm not playing tournaments or I'm not playing at game shops or anything like that. I'm just playing with friends, so it's kind of just bring your own stuff. Oh no, Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon. I have Pokemon cards over there because I was I've been trying to clear through my old piles of collections and stuff like that. Fisting Angels. It's a torrent of Fisting Angels. It was just one after the other, just a torrent of them. Scratch your beard ASMR. I'm scratching my cat. Hello. You're not the purry one though, so you probably can't hear him. What was I don't even know what I was saying anymore. Oh yeah, I was going through I'm not going to rub my beard on the microphone. I was going through my old Pokemon collection from years and years and years ago. So I might go through those and start selling them because I don't really care anymore. I want to stop my eardrums from knitting needles. Not a fan of ASMR. Same. Is that the same, sir? A couple of the VTubers I watched did ASMR, and I was like, I'm going to finally listen to this and see what this does, and it did nothing for me. Okay, the chair. I think it's pretty clear the chair. Now, I think the chair is probably the guy who's doing all my ASMR searches. He has very specific requests. What are you doing? Are you leaning against my microphone? I'm not sure if you can even hear me because there's a cat leaning against my microphone here. Yeah? Yeah. Okay, back to Pete's.
I mean, barely any of my viewers are even under 25. Oh, hey, Barney.
Okay.
How important is personal hygiene? Yeah. I would say barely important.
No.
I want them to keep themselves generally pretty clean. They don't necessarily have to shower daily, but Would I lick my partner's butthole? Absolutely not, produce. Absolutely not.
Would you like a butthole?
Produce? Yep.
No, I would not.
Yep, my first girlfriend. Tried going down on her. She smelled terrible. Have I my ass before? No, I've not. Wheelchairs.
Oh my god. Oh.
I wouldn't beat them.
See, I got headphones on, so I can't even tell if my cat's purring. You purring? No, you're not really purring. This is the quiet one. The other one is the loud purr. And they're not here. They're probably in the other room with the dog, having a wee cuddle session.
Even if she did. Their box mountain out in the front yard. Lots of Prince Albert piercings. They seem painful.
Go on, you.
Have you sexed with my girlfriends now? No, I did do...
Hey, you. I know.
Once or twice. Like back when I was young.
Imagine Pete's version of sexting. I'm gonna do you just like Apocalypse did Storm. I'm gonna penetrate deep inside you like Psylocke would do with her psychic blades. What the fuck, Pete? And yeah, I don't know. I go hard. Well, I go hard. And it's like, oh yeah, my old girlfriend, her pussy stank. It's like, all right, bro, chill your fucking tits.
Do like
Hey, you.
sex chats on one or two on online on like AIM or something like that.
On MSN.
There's once or twice that I did sex chats on AIM or whatever. Yes, Rebecca. I started the Kia about a week ago.
There's a fucking
I don't know,
Kia.
like 5.5 inches
Was I with it?
that I got off on Cyber. Yeah, but I was young.
That's glad to know that, Pete. So this is where the TMI comes in. I know his first girlfriend's pussy stank. He doesn't need ass, and he's got a 5.5 incher. Not a boy.
I was 17. I'd get off from fucking anything. Honestly, when I did those cybering experiences, I think I might have even been younger than 17.
Oh,
I was
Jesus.
probably like 15.
Oh, no.
Did I get off looking at the Sears catalog? Probably.
Alright, I wanna live in freedom.
I can't play that because it's probably copyrighted music. Probably it's not, to be fair. She uses it. That was an experience. That was an experience and a half. Holy actual shit. Jordan Peterson has a white soft and squeaky voice. Doesn't Jordan Peterson sound like Kermit the Frog? I haven't heard him speak in a very, very long time, apart from that, like, up yours, woke moralist thing. That's the last time. That's the last time I heard him say anything. But yeah, no, yeah, that was interesting. That's not a good dislike to dislike ratio. Pure Pete's. Oh, French Fried Girls Live. Lisa, French Fried Girls Live. Why are you here? French Fried Girls Live. You probably didn't get the notification. I'm just going to tell you. I think she probably just went live. How do you afford a sweet gaming chair? I'm assuming Chantal bought it for him. If we're being honest with ourselves, I'm assuming Chantal bought it for him. Good second, lol. Oh, okay, you're still out there playing Fortnite. So what were we talking about? We were talking about Pete's and his 5.5 incher and how his ex-girlfriend's pussy stank. You know, the important things in life. She went live at 5. To me, it is midnight here, so that doesn't mean much to me. Do dislikes have any impact on the algorithm, the creator stats? Not necessarily. I think if you get over 50%, I think if you get over 50% or something like that, you end up getting taken out of the algorithm, I think. Ever since they removed downvotes, I'm not actually sure. I'm not actually sure if it really does much. It's 6:32. Okay. Grand. Okay, so you're 6 hours behind. Okay, that makes sense to me. The monetization of those Pete's book reviews must be you. I don't know. I have ad blocker on this, so he probably has like 17 adverts. That's the thing. I was sitting there going like, I think I was probably a bit too generous with my adverts at times, like, because I didn't put in too many. I put in a wee bit more now, but I didn't really put in too many at the start. We're all just comparing time zones now. Well, fuck you guys, it's half midnight here. I'm in the future. It's technically the 8th for me. But I was watching a guy. In work, so it was on my phone, and it was like a 10-minute video, and there was like 5 ads in it. And I was just sitting there like, holy fuck, and he was like really popular. And I was like, I have really underplayed my hand. You can control, yes, you can control how many adverts you put into it. You can control what type of adverts and also when they go into it. That's why when you see big channels often do like, you know, make a joke and then cut straight to ad afterwards. They've timed that ad to appear there. But this guy had like fucking 5. He had like 1 every 2 minutes, and I was just like, damn. I am really underplaying it because I used to do like 1 every 15 minutes or something like that. So yeah, damn. It's just like when YouTube puts them in automatically, because you can select YouTube to put them in automatically for you, they put in dozens. Like they put in, I think for like I think one time on stream we looked at it, and for like one of my 40-minute videos, there was something like 14 ads YouTube put in or something like that. Adblock's a homie. Yeah, I was like, I can't criticize anyone for using Adblock when watching my content, because I use Adblock a lot. On my, if I'm watching on like the PlayStation, or if I'm watching on like my phone or something like that, or my TV or something like that, like I'll see ads, but when I'm on here, I just use Adblocker. You know, if I particularly like someone and I watch their stuff, usually I'll throw them a super chat or super thanks or something like that every once in a while, just to kind of repay them for the adverts I've skipped, you know? But for too many people, like, I don't want to sit down and watch a fucking 10-minute video and see 5 ads. You have a Prime sub, so you're the 1%. You boss. I got rid of my Prime, actually, because I realized I hadn't bought anything from Amazon in a very, very long time. So I finally got rid of my Prime, because it's like, I've got too many. Like, the only reason I really had it was to watch movies, and I already had too many movies. Which is what we might do. We'll finish off by talking. I don't actually know if there's a copyright strike me. Let's find out. Let's find out if there's a copyright strike me. But I watched a movie. I watched a couple of movies recently. The one I watched was Violent Night. I watched that in cinemas the other day. So, Violent Night, if anyone doesn't know, it is about a grumpy Santa Claus. It's been like, I have most of your videos and streams playing on the corner of my screen while playing Overwatch. I'm disappointed in the Overwatch thing, but I'm happy that you watch me like that. That's what because I have 2 screens, and I couldn't use a computer anymore without 2 screens, because I'm like, recently I've been sitting here watching, like playing Persona on one screen, and on the other screen I've been watching the Roughneck Chronicles, or I watched, like, when I was watching stuff for the end of year Boogie thing, I would watch through that. I would just have like Boogie playing on the other screen and play Persona on the other screen. That's how I liked it, and I always like to have 2 things going at once. I don't know if I have ADHD or something like that, but I'm just like, I can't sit there and just do one thing at a time. Even when I read my books, I'm watching like a boring movie or something like I'm not super fussed on. I'm watching a movie in the background whilst reading my book, you know, because I've got to do at least 2 things at once. Yes, it is Real Santa channel. It is genuine Santa. He's disheartened. Back in the 90s, wasn't it? It was like you'd always describe things as like, I thought it was just Die Hard again. It is. Yeah, that's the thing, channel. That's what I was going to say. You used to describe things like Die Hard on a boat for like Speed 2 or something like that. But this is like Die Hard with Santa. Like, unironically, it is Die Hard with Santa. Also a little bit of Home Alone. We did Bullet Train. That makes sense. Bullet Train is another movie I watched and I really enjoyed. And yes, I did watch Bullet Train because I'm a weeb and it was set on the Shinkansen. So I decided to watch it. Also because I did like the actors involved. Bullet Train, really good fun. Really fun movie. I've just been trying to watch fun movies again. For a long time, I just watched really bad movies. Chronicles of Riddick are also good fun movies. I watched Riddick, the third one, recently, because I hadn't seen it in a very long time, and I remembered the other 2 pretty well because I watched them a lot when I was younger. But yeah, it's solid. If you want to play Japanese Die Hard, play the first Yakuza game. I've never played the first Yakuza game. I'm playing 0 right now. I think it was 0. I think we decided it was 0 last time I was talking about it. But this is the movie I was thinking about making like one of my wee reviews on it, and I just was like, I don't have a lot to say because I think it's just a solid, like, fun movie. And Jingle All the Way is underrated. Jingle All the Way is a solid Christmas movie, really, really fun. But I didn't really have anything to say about this movie. So it was just like, oh, it's good, it's solid. It's Riddick the Third anyway, really, to Marshmallow's 4th. It's the better prequel of it. Marshall Mathers, holy fuck, I need to watch more of his stuff because I'd like to do a video on him, especially because he's now in a fight with some other fucking like weirdo internet guy who like does like women's voices and is just like, pretending to be like a puppet master. It is bizarre. It is fucking. It's a bit of a spoiler, so if you really care about Violent Night, it's only a little bit of a spoiler because like I guessed it immediately. Okay, so I don't know. Mute for like 10 seconds. Okay, I'm giving you 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. If you've watched Die Hard 2, the twist that the soldiers who come in are like bad guys is pretty fucking obvious, okay? It is literally just Die Hard 2, okay? That's like the spoilers bit done, I guess. I'm going to spin that to show spoilers are done. Bah. Put Fat Man on it too. I will watch Fat Man. It's never forgive Marvel for what they did. Yeah, fuck Black Widow. Black Widow was bad. Black Widow is genuinely bad. Fuck off. Black Xmas. I think I watched like the remake of Black Xmas. I don't know if I've actually watched the original one. But yes, it is a solid, fun movie. Really recommend it. Sound of Die Hard. It is Sound of Die Hard. There's a Home Alone element where like the little girl is like hiding when Santa's off doing other things, and she has to hide from some of the terrorist bad guys. So she sets up some Home Alone traps that end up being like really bloody. It's very funny, very good. So yes, I was like I said, I was tempted to do a movie review for that, but I thought, oh well, no, I can't be arsed. Can't be arsed. There's not really much to say about it. It's just a good, fun movie, and I just recommend people to go watch it. Especially because it's been a while since we've had like a decent actual Christmas movie here. What is the other one called? Warriors of Future. I watched a new movie as well, which is just out on Netflix. I'm gonna mute this because I already got a wee notification pop up being like, "There's copyrighted material in your video." So I think that like that 2 seconds I played. Oh my god! Holy shit! I've actually got another warning popped up here. Oh, Christ. I got another warning popped up here already, being like, there's copyrighted material in this fucking... I don't know. I think streaming is probably a lot tougher. Let's see if I reduce it like that. Well, that's all affected. I think streaming is a lot stricter on copyrighted material than, like, making a video, because I already got a notification being like, it's this copyrighted material you're showing on screen there. It's like, okay, cool. 100%. I don't care. Like, Korean Edge of Tomorrow... Korean Tomorrow's War. If that... Does everyone remember the Tomorrow War? Or the War of Tomorrow? The Chris Pratt one? That was Amazon Prime. It's the Tomorrow War. If anyone hasn't seen Tomorrow War, it's Tomorrow War. I think that's what it was called. I was going to do a review of this. The Tomorrow War. I was going to do a review of this a while ago. Where... It's different in certain ways and similar in other ways. Tomorrow War is where a bunch of people are sent forward in time to take part in a war against weird aliens that like landed on Earth, and it's stupid and it's really bad. And I was really tempted to do a review of it because it is just so bad in so many fucking ways. Especially the creatures they fight are very similar to Warriors of the Future. Warriors of the Future, also about an alien thing falling and landing on Earth, but there's no time travel in it. It's instead like it's a standard Chinese propaganda thing. Evil headquarters guy, crazy guy. It's very standard Chinese if you watch a lot of Chinese stuff. But it's fighting weird alien creatures and like robots and stuff like that, and it's fun. It's just fun. Top Gun is coming back to theaters for us soon, I think. I think it's coming back for a couple of days or something like that. Top Gun is fantastic. Top Gun Maverick was really good fun. Highly recommend to anyone who hasn't seen Top Gun Maverick yet, especially just get it up. Not having YouTube on night mode. Yeah, that's a good point, to be fair. I have a night mode on my phone. if that makes you feel any better, I have it on night mode on my phone. But when I'm on the laptop, on the computer or something like that, I don't. Tom Cruise is the worst. I like him. I do like him. Some of his things is really bad, but I do like him. I watched Oblivion again recently. I hadn't seen Oblivion in a long time. I decided to watch it recently, and it was pretty bad. Avatar 2 is meant to be good. I can't wait. I can't wait to go see Avatar 2. I really, really, genuinely can't wait to go see Avatar 2 because I think it's going to be bad. But if you've said it's good, I'm surprised. But that's pre-release screening copies and stuff like that. Usually those people's opinions have been paid for. So I honestly think it's going to be bad still. It looks like the first movie again. Just the first movie had a big end fight in the air with like helicopters and a giant gunship. This one, it just has like jet skis and a giant hovercraft. It looks like it's just the same movie, just with water as opposed to air, you know? The next one, it's going to be the Avatar. The next one's going to be like in a volcano, it's going to be the Fire Nation, and then it's going to be the Earth Nation with tanks and like jeeps, you know? Never saw Avatar? I wouldn't even recommend it. I don't think Avatar was that good. I really don't. I try to go back. Take a shot every time you cringe enough, you need to look away from the screen. I don't think it's going to be that cringy. I just think it's going to be bad. It's like I didn't really cringe too much at the original Avatar. I just thought it was bad. Like, I don't know, probably unpopular opinion. But I am a human. I realize some people might not know that about me. I am a human. I'm not actually a potato. So when it's just like, oh, these giant blue furries, the blue cat people, they're the fucking good guys, and humans are evil. I'm like, but I'm a human. I kind of like the human gunships are cool. I like their big robot suits. I think they're cool. But we're hanging out with the cat people with both. Okay, shit. Are they having weird hair tail sex? Okay, shit. I like the humans, you know? Avatar was too long. I don't mind overly long things, as you can probably tell by this stream. I don't really mind. Have I seen the Resident Evil series? Do you know what? I'm trying to remember if I've seen Final Chapter. I'm sure I have. I'm sure I've seen the final chapter. You know? I'm sure I've seen the final chapter. But I've seen all, apart from that, yeah, I've seen the full series. I watched all the movies, Mila Jovovich's movies. I'm pretty sure I've seen the final chapter. I'll have seen someone minute by minute review it. Welcome to Raccoon City. I actually have like a script for like a multiple like hour long review of it, and I was really tempted to do it, but then I was just like, I don't know. Why wouldn't they glass the planet when when what they need is deep underground? I know, Thomas. Imagine it's almost like, why would they have to fly a bomb in at like 50 meters above the ground to fly a bomb in to drop it when they have spaceships that, you know, and nowadays we could drop a bomb from fucking space, you know? Avatar's stupid in so many fucking ways. Stephen Lang's a legit badass. I like Stephen Lang. I liked him in Tombstone. I really liked him in Tombstone. The animated Resident movies can be super fun. They can be, but they can be super dumb as well. I watched Infinite Darkness back when it came out, because I was going to do a comparison piece of like how the Japanese handle Resident Evil as a property against how the Westerners do. I don't know why I say Westerners like I'm fucking Chantel now. In the Western world. Infinite Darkness is fun. It's not good, but it's fun enough, you know. I wouldn't really go like, oh my god, it's amazing. It's just like, oh, it's solid. Well, I would watch the Resident Evil script you wrote, so you have one view. Thanks, Lisa. I just think I would like to get back to doing like movie reviews and all more now. Especially because Boogie's getting a wee bit boring with his recent content. His recent content hasn't been as funny as this like October content. October was peak Boogie. November was dry and really dull. Like the cancer thing and the OnlyFans thing were both actually pretty boring to me. And December, I don't know if we're going to get any better. You know. Is Cameron still trying to push 3D? I am not going to watch it in 3D. I just can't. I haven't watched a 3D movie since Jackass 3D in cinemas. The Japanese versions of the Japanese games the Resident Evil games are terrible. A lot of shark scenes. Oh, okay. I think I've never played. I've never seen any of the Japanese Let's Plays or anything like that. I just know that the way they handle the movies and stuff like that is just generally a lot better and a lot more chill. And like they bring in, it's always found it really funny where like Welcome to Raccoon City recast like Jill Valentine and recast Leon Kennedy, and they made Leon I think Indian. I think he's from Indian or Iranian. I can't remember. And they made her Jill. Jill I think was black. You know, kind of like, you know. It was just weird when you then see like the Japanese, who are like obviously all Asian, decided to make them white because they're like, oh well, this is what the characters look like. So they just like they hired white actors and flew them out to Japan to like motion cap and like voice the characters and stuff like that. You know, I was just like, how come like the Japanese are doing it to like stick to the like the classic characters, but it's the West who're like, no, actually Japan, you don't understand your own characters well enough. We're gonna change them and improve them. Birkin was Chris and Claire's foster dad. Yeah, well, that's because they both were in the we're both in the orphanage, and that was a lot of issues I had with it. It's like, why did you change that? Why did you add that bit to the story? It didn't add anything apart from they wanted Claire to be the main character and be like a super badass, because Claire is like a super badass tank in it who's like awesome at everything. Like, if anyone wants to know how Leon Kennedy got his famous police uniform, it's because Claire dressed him because he's too stupid to put on his police uniform himself. She went and got his fucking police uniform and dressed him, and then showed him how to use a shotgun. And my favorite bit is, because I watched, like, to get ready for, like, doing this review, I watched, like, hours of interviews and behind-the-scenes stuff and all. I went full, like, tism for it. And I watched so much behind-the-scenes thing and all. And they kept talking. It's like, well, we really wanted Claire to have her iconic shotgun. I was like, have you even played the fucking game? The shotgun was Leon's gun. She had, like, the bow gun or something like that, you know? And they're just like, we really wanted her to have the iconic shotgun that she's famous for having. And it's like, in the original Resident Evil 2, Leon had the shotgun. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? And they made a real big deal of her getting the shotgun, because, like, Leon picks it up and doesn't know how a shotgun works. And he's like, how do you, I think it's broken. And then she, like, grabs it, like, one hand cocks it, and it's just like, Oh god, I've never cringed so hard. I've never cringed so fucking hard. I was gonna do it in the kind of like Mauler style, because I really like Mauler's content. I obviously, as you guys know full well, I really like long form content. So I was gonna do it in his kind of style. Obviously not as good as him because he's actually a very funny, talented person. Like, but I was gonna try and do something like that. But I was never sure if I should like make a separate channel for it because it doesn't really fit in with my Boogie stuff and my lolcow stuff. But I don't know. We'll see what I do. I'm a man of whims. I do things randomly that I think are fun, and then I don't do things in other times. Yeah, okay, so it was a grenade launcher. In my head, Emma, I was like, I'm sure she also had a grenade launcher, but I remember because I still have like the original like PlayStation, because I went back, I got like a PlayStation 2, sorry, the original PlayStation, and I like collecting old games, like I said with the Atari 2600 earlier on, so I have like an original copy of like Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 3 and the original Resident Evil and stuff like that, so I've actually gone back and played the original games. And I was like, I don't think she had a shotgun, but I thought I was 100% sure she had a bowgun, but then I couldn't remember it from the remake. Didn't she have an SMG or something like that? I'm trying to remember which one had the SMG, because I haven't played the remake in a while. I played it back when I had COVID, so when I was like lying there dying, like, so I was just playing. That's when I played the remake for the first time. Anything going on with Lolcow? Seems like an eventless winter. Yeah, it's kind of eventless so far. Boogie's been on a booty call, so he was off traveling. He uploaded a recent travel video, and his yay thing I haven't watched yet. I'm not really that interested in. His travel content is so ungodly boring. That's what people say. Can we watch that on stream? Trust me, I have watched his entire Boogie Travels channel. I have watched his entire Boogie's travel channel. His travel stuff is so bad. It is so ungodly boring. It was a fucking slog to sit through. I haven't watched any of her Doherty Dozen stuff. I've heard people talking about it. I actually might go back and watch her earlier ones. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll stick them on in the background because I'm probably going to have to go here. So I'll stick it on when I'm driving because I think it is by time I wrap up. Yeah, it's probably by time I wrap up. I need to get going soon, guys. So, yes, that was the stream, guys. Yeah, there you go, guys. We did an entire stream. Didn't get as many people as usually get in because we're not talking about Boogie, obviously. But I don't know, fuck it. I'm happy. We had about 70, 80 people the whole time. That's fantastic. And it was just us chilling, talking about Pete's, movies, anime, dating, dating randomly. Me giving dad advice. Love me, potato guy. I love you too, Fry guy. You are like my son because fries come from potatoes. So there we go. But I think it was good fun. We did an entire stream without really talking about Boogie. It actually worked out very well. The Boogie not take a sugar baby to the cave. I don't know. I haven't watched the video yet, so she might appear on it. But I'm assuming. He said he went on a booty call. And I like on his Twitter picture that he showed of him in the cave. There's no young female near him, so I'm assuming that the girl decided not to go near him. Maybe he didn't pay her enough to appear in a photo with him. But yes, guys. Okay. Yes, that means Boogie is Fry's grandpa. That is actually a good point. Boogie is Fry's grandpa. I'm sorry, I forgot about that bit. Alright, guys, so I'm going to wrap up here. It's been good fun, guys. Hope you all have a good rest of the week. I don't have any immediate plans for anything. December's a busy enough month. Family, all the visit, everyone to hang out with, all that kind of malarkey. So I'm kind of busy in December, but we'll see what I can do. I might do a wee quick response to something, get a wee video out for you guys. Maybe, hopefully at the weekend, who knows. But yes, guys, that's the video. Y'all go out, y'all have fun, take care of yourselves. If you're busy and you don't come back to one of my streams before Christmas, I hope you have a great Christmas. And yeah, that's going to be it, guys. Take care of yourselves now. Bye-bye.